Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family, to the pre-match podcast of Paris Saint-Germain versus Atletico Bilbao. Here we go. Hopefully everyone's doing well. There we go. But yeah, everyone, hopefully everyone's doing well and is excited for the upcoming games coming tomorrow. Because today's game, I only watched one game. I watched the Barca game, but oh my days, the football. Because like Frankfurt, they needed to win, so they were parking the bus. It was so many bad games, man. Like Sporting, they had the lead against Bayern for a while and took late for Bayern to look good. Liverpool Inter, I heard that was a snooze fest. Atletico Madrid get the victory. Let's actually take a look at the table. Yo, what's up, Jorgensen? Santo in the house. Let's take a look at the Champions League table. I think we've dropped down to fourth spot. Yeah, we've dropped down to fourth spot. There we go. I'm doing great, Slade. Hopefully you're doing great too. So here's the table. Bayern, Atalanta could make a top 8, and this is so surprising, man, because they started off their Champions League campaign absolutely terribly. Wait, what? Yeah, here. They started off their Champions League campaign terribly. Beating Club Brugge 2-1. So actually, it was just losing to us 4-0. Obviously, they were missing a lot of players for that game versus us as well. But yeah, just very surprising, Atalanta just lost Gasperini as well. What they're doing in Serie A. Yeah, you see, Serie A, they're sitting 12th. They only won one in their last 5 games. 3-0 loss to Sassuolo, losing to Udinese. Okay, Napoli is a good team. And then Hellas Verona. So very surprising seeing Atalanta there. They probably maybe have a little bit of an easy fixture, but they did beat Chelsea. Very impressive victory for them. Got Inter, PSG, Madrid, Atletico, Liverpool, Spurs. That's the thing. I think this Liverpool team, like think about it, this Liverpool team, I think will become better towards the end of the season. Like when we come to the knockout season and everything. But despite Liverpool being poor, they still do this. This doesn't mean the Champions League is the Premier League is easier for Liverpool. The Champions League is easier for Liverpool than the Premier League. It means two stuff. I think the Champions League is more built for bigger teams. Less teams park the bus like in the Premier League and other European top 5 leagues. And I think the second thing is Liverpool's team is built more for cup competitions, and that can be said for a lot of Premier League teams as well. Yeah, I still have the Pesci shirt, obviously. Iconic shirts, iconic jersey. Yep. Thoughts on Chelsea's loss? They haven't won a game since they beat in Barca. Yeah. I think Chelsea. I think Chelsea are just it's their manager. I think it's Maresca. I think Maresca is like he's like a beast slayer. So when he comes up against big teams, he's like a small club manager nearly, in the sense that his football suits playing big teams. It does not suit playing mid-table or relegation battling teams. I mean, beating PSG and Barca, the two best teams last season, 3-0 each, and then not being able to win these easy games. I think that's it. They still sit 11th. You got Spurs, you got Dortmund. Spurs getting another victory. They're going to go through. Basically, all of the teams that have 10 points up, even 9 points, because I think they will get one victory in their last 2 games left. Like, look at Ajax, man. Wow. They're out. Kairat out. Out, 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 out. You need at least minimum of 12 points, I think. Out. Yeah, basically all of these teams are out. And then, well, I don't know, was the Champions League table like this last season? Who knows? Maybe some of these teams surprise us, I guess. Let's see. No. Hakimi, as soon as he recovers, he'll be playing AFCON with Morocco. Nuno Mendes could potentially start. What's up, Syke? Yeah. Huh? What's up, G? Barca took Zionistic PR to another level? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, Barcola plays good tomorrow. Never can be confident with him. He's inconsistent, true. No, that is true, Georgie. But the thing is, I think it's going to be different in different Champions League season because it all depends on how teams do. I'm just taking off last season because I remember last season in the beginning they were saying like 9, 10 points is all you need. Um, but here's the Champions League table from last season. You can see the team that minimum points 11. Dinamo Zagreb even had 11 points and didn't go through last season. So that's why I'm going off 11, 11, 12, 11 points is a minimum. Nope. Fake reports. Araujo? Oh, the Israel stuff. You know, when I first saw it, because I saw the touchline tweets, and the issue I have with touchline tweets and reports is that he takes out context. But it said Israel. I was like, yo, is he a Jew? But then I read that he went to Bethlehem and Nazareth, like Christian places. So yeah, but very suspicious, man. I mean, nobody complains about Mbaya bond, at least now. Wait, what happened here? I don't know what happened there. How do you think about Safanov starting? Very confident, as I'm always in Safanov. We think starts when Musiala comes back. Him or Carter Gnabry, all great to be honest. I think it should be Ulisse, Musiala, Diaz, Kane. Not too many surprises. Yo, love watching PSG. I'm a Palace fan. Do you think we'll get Champions League? Yo, yeah. Is it back now? Is it back now, people? Good, good, good. And I've answered some of you guys' questions. You might look if I haven't answered your question or if you didn't see, 'cause I don't know when this thing froze. Just put the questions there again. I'm gonna bring up the lineup in the meantime. Yo, what's up, Jabula? Zuma. So here's the predicted lineup by Le Parisien. Stefano in goal. Chevalier not fit and not fit yet. Patrick Martinez is two centre backs. That's our starting centre back partnership. Warden Zara Emre obviously in for Ashraf Hakimi, who's injured. Sini Mayolo is in there because Nuno Mendes is injured and Lucas Hernandez is suspended. Our best three-man midfield will be Ruiz, Vitinha, and João Neves. Kvicha Kvaratskhelia and Bradley Barcola as two wingers. Obviously, Dembuz and Due are in the squad, but will not be starting. And they have Anjanto as the striker. In my predicted lineup, I had Beraldo as the left back and then Mayolo as the false nine, but this could happen as well. 100%, 100%, Enrique O6. Trent Clampton. It's gonna be a great game for Warren. A great test. He's been really good as a right back recently, so hopefully that continues. Obviously, Nico is a different challenge from the players he's been playing before, but it's gonna be a really good test to see how good Warren Zara Emre is in this right back spot. 11-0. Look, because you're a Barca fan, this is perfect as well. That's what I expected from the Frankfurt game. I expected Barca to beat Frankfurt 4-0. Why? Because they've been conceding that many goals. They haven't been that good defensively. But what did Frankfurt do? They parked the bus versus Barca. Why? Because if they lost this game, they're knocked out. Frankfurt are out of the Champions League. It's over. So I think Atletico Bilbao, they're a similar situation. They're also only sitting on 4 points. So maybe Atletico Bilbao play in a way that they haven't been playing this season. For example, they won't play like they played Madrid when they lost 3-0 or when they played you guys and lost 3-0 or 4-0 or something. 2-6-2. I mean, this basically is a 2-6-2 if both Mayula and Warren invert, but we still haven't seen that shape from Lucho. Lucho's been very consistent with his shape. It's always three at the back, sometimes two. If one player pushes up, it's always three in the middle and five up front. It's always a 2-3-5 or a 3-2-5. We haven't really seen him change that. I don't want to see Njanto starting, man. Look, I'm calm as long as it's not going shallow. Like Saki, we have to be realistic here, in the sense of I would rather see Njanto. If Gonzalo was starting, yeah, there's no future. At least in Njanto, Luis Enrique seems to rate Njanto highly. If Njanto starts this game, like Lucho rates Njanto this highly, we just haven't seen those performances yet on the pitch. But Luis Enrique is probably extremely impressed by Njanto in training. And if Lucho rates someone, he's good. So it's calm. And it's good minutes. That's the thing, Psych. With Njanto, it's a project. Even if he has a bad game, it's good experience. It's like the Spurs game. He was basically irrelevant in the Spurs game, but that's good. It's experience. That's for me the difference between him and Gonzalo. Gonzalo playing and having a bad game, it's not experience. It's just shit. That's just gonna continue. And Janto at least is a project. I want to give him minutes. I want to give him these opportunities. Yeah, no, he's changed massively. It's all about the confidence. Vitinha, even his first season at PSG, struggled a little bit and so on. But then when Verratti left, Luis Enrique made Vitinha into, the leader of the PSG midfield and yeah, changed him. He's always been a great player, but when it comes to football players and any human in any job, it's all about the confidence. About Dembele today, also shared by Out of Context Football when it's all 30-minute or less cameos. Yeah, no, look, that Out of Context Twitter account, it's a Barca account. All right. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. But I've seen those tweets going around. Obviously, Dembele, he just won the Ballon d'Or. So obviously he's gonna be a player that people will want to tarnish and critique and so on. But I mean, people are just dishonest. I mean, Dembele has barely been fit this entire season. So I think yeah, people are just trying to be funny. No, I get it. I get it, Psych. We want to see, great football. But as I've said, Psych, 2026. When it comes to that high expectation, football, all of that, maybe cheeky intercontinental final. But until then, just give me the points. We'll obviously have Dembele, maybe even Dewey comes on in this game. So we'll have, exciting minutes for 90 minutes. Yeah, no, probably same here. I like Mayulo in that false nine. I want to see more often there. Um, but I mean, Beraldo's like, think about it. He was left out of the squad in the recent game. I'm just double check because he was weirdly left out of the squad in the recent game versus Rennes. Let me see if it's in the squad here. Yeah, Beraldo is not in the squad. It's like I've just noticed that Beraldo is not in the squad. Yeah, Lucho's pushing him out. Lucho's definitely pushing him out. I don't know. It's still very unlikely that we get Alvarez. That's the hope. That's the dream. Um, if you don't get him, probably Akhliosh, or we wait until the summer and do something big. He's over 25 years old. Doesn't get better. We need to give him more opportunities for the youth academy players. Gonzalo, yeah. No, I agree. He's not gonna get that much better than this. Even though strikers peak at like an older age, a bit similar to goalkeepers, maybe even centre backs, they peak a little bit older. But still, he's shown us enough. He's not good enough. What position needs strengthening in your position, and what players to sign? Honestly, we don't have that many weeks. Starting 11 is perfect. You can sign Alvarez. You can be greedy. Uh, but like stuff we need, I would say if we're gonna sell Beraldo, another backup center back. Marquinhos is going to leave at the end of the season, another center back. So I'm looking at potentially two center backs in the summer transfer window, maybe even one in January if we can get a good opportunity. A backup fullback would be nice, especially someone that can play both the left back and right back spot. That would be nice. Maybe an additional midfielder. We have Fabian Ruiz, Vitina João Neves, Warren Zara Emre, Sini Mayulu. Maybe you get one more to have even better competition. And I would say a raw winger that's left-footed. We don't have any left-footers in the team. That's a raw winger. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, facts. No, I put out a tweet. Dembele has been averaging a GA every one. He's averaging 1.1 GA per 90. Obviously, it's a little bit penalty tax as well, but yeah. Now I'm just ready for Dembele to come back, and it's crazy that he will surprise people because people live by the moment, unfortunately, and they will be surprised that he comes back to such a great level, even though we know he's really good. Beraldo's injured. Yeah, no, I think he's gonna go back to Brazil, which looks bad. Imagine signing a player from Brazil and he goes back to Brazil. Mateta. Um, Look, we have Gonzalo Ramos as our backup striker, and I would like to upgrade on him. Getting Mateta actually makes sense because Mateta is older, and I think he'll be okay being a backup at PSG. That's a cheeky one. Margui, we're looking at Upamecano, and I think if it's not Upamecano, it's Konate. And yeah, so out of those three free agent center backs in the summer, Gui is third in the list. And I haven't seen any links from Paris Saint-Germain towards him. Mm, it's tighter, but I would still prefer Barcola. Um, Red card tomorrow? Yeah, hopefully no red card. Could potentially happen. Thoughts on the management of Mbappe at Madrid? He was apparently not supposed to play versus Elche, and now he has an injury to his knee, and Madrid desperate to rush him tomorrow. I mean, yeah, this is what happens when you become completely reliant on one player. You need him all the time, even if it's injured. You have to rush him back. So, I mean, it just shows you shouldn't be reliant on one player. Yeah, no, I don't see him starting. Yeah, I saw he got the first goal of the game. Actually, we could go through. I'm going through the reports here, but we could. Okay, let's read some stuff here. Could be, yeah, yes, sir. But I don't know how connected you are. But at the moment, we're having like a political situation because Chevalier just got injured, which means Safanov, our backup keeper, has to start, and he's Russian. Zabarny is Ukrainian. Zabarny doesn't want to play with Marquinhos. There's one report. I can come to here 1 second. Right here. So Ilya Zabarny obviously was ill for the recent Paris Saint-Germain game. Um, and this was in parallel with the match on Saturday evening. Angelina, the wife of Ilya Zabarny, posted an enigmatic message on her private Telegram channel. As my grandfather used to say, don't look for raspberries in shit or sauce among the Muscovites, Russians. And this was obviously targeted towards Safanov. So, yes, Zabarny doesn't want to play on the same pitch as Safanov. So that's why I see unlikely him coming on. Karl, very good talent, but maybe not now. At least someone I'm looking for PSG to buy. A strategy acknowledged by PSG for Dembele. The club's various staff members in the players' camp have agreed that this time a more gradual return process needed to be rolled up. With playing time each time, 11 minutes against Spurs, 26 at Monaco, 26 against Rennes, set in advance. In parallel with the performance unit, as with his psychopathist, Dembele is following a precise protocol. His intro ensures that the Ballon d'Or contender no longer feels any pain. Dembele knows precisely the steps he needs to take to return to his top level. In the early weeks, he is historically always very cautious and attuned to his sensations. He's no longer term goals. The Parisian number 10 wouldn't have adopted such conservative protocol if he were in the heated moments of the Parisian season. The player intends and hopes to be at 100% later for the Champions League knockouts matches. So very happy that the strategy has changed a little bit for PSG here. I feel for Safanov. I mean, it's more that you feel for Zabarny. I mean, his country is the oppressed one. Because the thing with Zabarny is, I don't think it's Zabarny doesn't want to play with Safanov. I think if he could obviously choose, he wouldn't want to play with Safanov because of the political situation. But I think it's less that Zabarny cares that much. Like if PSG say, look, Chevalier is injured now, we got to play you now. There's nothing we can do. Zabarny, I think he would be calm to a certain extent. The main issue is the Ukrainian media. As soon as Safanov makes a pass to Zabarny, or Zabarny makes a pass back to Safanov, or Safanov makes a save, and Zabarny goes like this, the Ukrainian media are going to talk about it and milk it. Zabarny is probably the best. He is the best Ukrainian football player in the world. So imagine the best football player from your country playing, and I guess maybe enjoying his time with a Russian player. Everybody in the media would talk about it, and it would become such a big thing. And that's what Zabarny doesn't want to happen. So Zaban is foolish. Then he should not sign for the club. So when they're training, is he ignoring Safanov? Then he's bullying. No, you see, I think in training, because the cameras are not there, Zabarny passes to Safanov. Safanov passes to Zabarny. The issue is in a game, which is televised to everyone in the world. Now, I hope Lucha starts Zabarny with Safanov. Fuck all the political shit. It's sport, just play, man. They're professional, get paid. But this thing, Psych, I don't think Zabarny is that big of a bitch, I guess. I think it's the media and the coverage that will come after that. It's like saying, "Psych, why did Chevalier like that post?" If Chevalier was, I guess, a little bit, even though I don't care, if he was a little bit smarter, he shouldn't have liked the post because the issue isn't liking the post. The issue is the controversy that comes after it. Wesh Orléans, ça va, خويا? لاباس? Dembele is not out. He is in the squad for the game. We're trying to recover him back easy. True. No, yeah, exactly. He's just Russian. That's him. Yeah. Exactly. You'd expect footballers to be professional on the pitch. But again, I'm not putting this on Zabarni, and I've seen people put it on Zab. I'm not gonna put it on Zabarni that much. And to the quote before, Zabarni shouldn't have signed. I think Zabarni definitely brought it up to the PSG management during negotiation. Like, you have Safanov and so on. And I think what PSG told him is, Zabarni, when we don't want to sign you for this season. We want to sign you for future seasons. And they probably made a gentleman's deal saying that we're gonna get rid of Safanov in the upcoming summer. So I think that's what's gonna happen. I think Safanov is gonna leave in next summer, and then we won't have this political situation anymore. Come on, Ukrainians and Russians work together in many U.S. companies. Where I work, for example, and also in Georgia, they're actually getting on with each other pretty well. Yeah, then that means why we have this situation is all because of the potential media controversy coming from it. You working in, I don't know, Amazon in America with a Russian and you're Ukrainian isn't the biggest problem. But as I said, Zabarny is the best Ukrainian football player. It's different. And Safanov was probably the best Russian football player as well. Yomo, I just joined. Thoughts on Ligue 1 showing out in the Champions League tonight? We obviously have three teams in the Champions League. Paris Saint-Germain, Monaco, and Marseille. Obviously, Marseille now sitting 16th on 9 points, and Monaco on 18th with 9 points. Looks like both of them are going to go through. And then you have La Liga. La Liga. La Liga. Serie A, Bundesliga. So, yeah, what we can clearly take away from this is that Liga is the second best league in the world. Let's actually go a little bit closer into the games. I just want to see the stats. Was it dominant? Marseille beating Union Saint-Gilloise away. Greenwood with a brace. Pike Shaw as well. Marseille 1.48 XG, 59%. Two big chances. Yep. Deserved winners in that game. And then we have Monaco versus Galatasaray here. Balogun. Wow. 3.37 XG. 9 big chances, 8 big chances missed. Monaco has to be the most cursed team of all time. I've never seen this. They had the same thing. And they won this game only 1-0. They had the same thing, I remember, in the Spurs game, if I can find it here. This one right here. Look, 0-0 versus Spurs. Look at this. That 5 big chances missed. And I mean, when I see this, I'm a little bit more calm that we lost to Monaco in our recent game, but that's insane. 9 big chances created by Monaco this game. You don't think either Zabarny or Safanov are good players? No, they're good. They're good. They're good. Let's not do this. No, Dembele is absent. Wow. Because there came some positive reports that he will be in the squad, man. Okay, my bad then. Yeah, here's the squad and here's the report. So Zabarny makes his return. Nuno Mendes and Due back as well. Beraldo, Chevalier, Lucas, Dembele. Wait, I want to see this. People are saying Lucas Beraldo is injured. I want to see if that's true. Okay, and this is what it says about Beraldo. He's close to joining Flamengo on a loan deal with an option to buy. Makes sense. Okay, here's the point, medical. Osman Dembele is ill. Chevalier continues treatment. Rehabilitation work. I don't know, man. This the Beraldo injury. I never heard about it. Nah, he's not in the squad. He's not in the squad. Yeah, it is, man. Especially because you want him to play at least those 26 minutes just to improve the intensity levels and so on. But yeah, this probably means he's gonna start the Mets game. I could see him potentially start the Mets game. I think both. The recent predicted report is Mayulu left back, which it should be, especially with Lucas Hernandez suspended. Nuno Mendes is back in the squad. We could see Nuno Mendes start, but Beraldo is not in the squad either, so it could be Mayulu left back. Upsy Downsy. Hopefully for not long. Hopefully for not long. The PSG management, the French management have made mistakes when it comes to the recovery of Osman Dembele. That's why we're in the situation we are in now. But it definitely looks like they've learned from their mistakes and are trying to get him back as quickly as possible. Could be that. Could be that. Exactly. Exactly. Do it back is a huge relief, man. Oh, do it, man. Do it, man. Because I remember I was really critical of Due after the Club World Cup and in the beginning of the season before he got his injury. And then he came back, gave us like 5 GA in 3 games, and then left. So it's like he gave us like blue balls from those performances we saw him. Like he was playing with so much energy. He was so good, man. Especially now that we're missing Dembouz, Due, he got that character, that personality to compete with Khvicha for being the main man in Dembele's absence. Can't wait for seeing him, man. True, that is true. No, 100%. But again, like me and Tosin, majority of our agenda like was before he even joined. So when he was bad, like we shouldn't have been that harsh on him and everything, but we were mad about him because he had us waiting so long in that transfer window. Yes, sir. Let me bring up the picture 1 second. Here, finally. So as you can see, Pyramids played Auckland. They beat them 3-0. Then they beat Al Ahli 3-1. And they're going to play either Flamengo or Cruzeiro in the semi. And then one of them plays PSG in the final. Cruzeiro, Flamengo. I think they play on the 10th. Let me see. Flamengo, Cruzeiro. Club World Cup. It's very hard for me to find. I remember I found it before, and now I can't find it. Intercontinental. Can't find now when the game is gonna be played. But from what I remember, because we play on the 17th. Yeah, we play on the 17th. I think the game is gonna be played in Qatar as well. Like it's so little information about this game. But anyways, Flamengo, Cruzeiro, whoever beats them, wins their place pyramids and then faces us. I'll probably like Flamengo to face us. They're probably the toughest team here. But let's see who goes through. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can have a stinker, but score a banger. It's so late in front of net. Yeah. And I think that's one thing that we've been missing early in that clinicality, that finishing. Like, give me the ball. I want to take the shot. I think that's we're missing a little bit. I expected Khvicha to take that role, but he's done that a little bit inconsistently. I mean, I basically was there. I was on Google going through Flamingo games. I'm seeing Sofa score. Maybe it's here. Oh my. Okay, it's my it's my bad. I wrote Cruzeiro for some reason. Yeah, exactly. That's why you said MA. My bad. It's Cruz Azul. It's not Cruzeiro. It's Cruz Azul. Ooh, they play today. They play 3 hours 3 hours before the PSG game starts. So when we sit here tomorrow on the live watch along for PSG versus Bilbao, we know who will be facing Pyramids. Interesting. Okay, and then the semifinal is probably played maybe the 13th. Yeah, and today is 10th. I was right. Okay, so that game hasn't been planned yet. Okay. So they're gonna play tomorrow, and then the semi maybe 13th, and I'm very sure we play on the 17th because we play our Coupe de France game on the 20th. So it got to be in between. Yeah, and we play on the 13th, so we ended with 3 games there in 7 days. It's hard to name French attack at the World Cup. So many options. I mean, you start with the easy ones. Mbappe got to start. Dembele got to start, and I think Olise got to start. Maybe Olise a little bit like this. Obviously, it depends on how the players perform in the season. If Cherky, can have a banging season with City, I mean, you can't deny Cherky's quality. He should be starting for that France team. Then they got Due. Due can be crazy this season. I've seen people talk about Ekitike. I don't see it, especially with him being a striker. Like I don't see him starting. You got Bradley Barcola. So I think it's Dembele and Mbappe 100%. Ulisa basically 90%. And then you got Cherky, Barcola, Due competing for the rest spots. Yeah, no, I think it was brought up in the recent pod we had, the post-match podcast after the Rennes game. Tosin brought it up, I think. And yeah, he doesn't have the toughest competition there. Gusto and Kunde. Maybe after today's 2 goals Kunde scored, he can up his performances. But at the moment, he could definitely do that. I just don't know if Deschamps Orlean is the manager that will play a right back, midfielder as right back. Lucha, we know, would do that. I don't know if Deschamps is going to do that. So I'm still looking at that midfield. He can start in that midfield, man. No questions. Kamavinga just got injured for a while. That's probably his toughest competition. Obviously, he got corner, but I think if Warren performs, I could see Deschamps ops with him. Oh, I mean, for example, I call Estevao the Brazilian heir to Neymar, but you can call Do It the heir to Neymar. I don't think you have to be from the same nation. Obviously, it's more connected, better in that sense. But like you got Neymar and Ronaldinho, for example. But it don't got. It's like Haaland. Haaland, you basically could call him, the heir to to Ibra. Obviously, they're close. Both Scandinavian, Nordic countries, and so on. But I don't think they have to be from the same nation. No, I think both have retired. Griezmann, I'm very very sure retired, and I think Giroud retired as well. Konate garbage. I mean, Upamecano, yeah, and then Saliba. I mean, you can't forget about Saliba. Is like Hongo getting called up? I'm not like I'm not following that. Do it Cherky interchanging? That I mean, you can basically have Cherky do it, then Booz Mbappe, like dual tens. Oh, yo, man, Deschamps can't fuck it up, man. When it comes to PSG, I have it here. So our backline looking like Pancho Marquinhos as two centre backs, Mayulu coming in as the left back, and Warren Zara Emre coming in as the right back. That's a game I'm very excited and looking forward to. No, we're very good. We are very good. I'm pretty sure Deschamps will stick to Trump in a corner double pivot. No, that is true. That is true. And we know Deschamps early, and he likes to not take risks. I mean, Warren, for him to start in that midfield, he would have to be like insane this season. Like reach heights, competing with Neves for that midfield spot, basically. 100% Zuma, 100%. The only thing is, I don't know if we've seen Deschamps try him out there. The only times I've seen do it for France, he comes on for Barcola for that left mid spot. No, I don't think so, but they're definitely one of the favorites. It could happen. It could happen. I mean, it's not even like that far fetched. Deschamps should have been gone a long time ago. Yeah, I mean, Fabio Ruiz was asked about his extension recently. It's good that you bring that up because now I can go through the. Yeah, here they asked Fabio Ruiz. My contract ends in 2027. I'm very happy to be at PSG. It's my fourth season. I'm very happy. That's something that's on my mind. I'm thinking about tomorrow's match. Fabio Ruiz, we should definitely extend Fabio Ruiz. I mean, he doesn't have the highest wage, and I mean, he was one of our best players. We gotta keep these older players that we have. We're gonna because the new players that we're gonna sign are just gonna continue being young players from the academy. It's very important having these versatile, experienced players. I mean, this is basically Spain's best player as well at the same time. So no, having Fabio Ruiz is huge, and I can't see PSG not extending Fabio Ruiz, and I can't see Luis Enrique because he's a huge fan of Fabio Ruiz. After Fabio Ruiz had that Euros campaign, Campos and Nasser were thinking about the idea of selling Fabio Ruiz, but Luis Enrique came immediately and vetoed the decision. He said, "No, Fabio Ruiz is staying at this club." So, yeah, I think that's how it is. 100%, 100%. I mean, I'll be mad if he doesn't get extended, man. Do you think we'll finish top two in the Champions League stand? Maybe the same goal difference with Bayern. Ooh, interesting. Let me see what other games they have left. So Bayern have PSV and Union Saint-Gilloise. I mean, they're not going to drop any points. Arsenal, I know they have Inter coming up. Let me see who else they have. They have Club Brugge this weekend. They have Inter, and they have Kairat Almaty at home. So yeah, it should be that goal difference. I would love a top two, but could maybe be a top three. But yeah, we just got to score goals if we want to make it top two. Huge game player, man. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But I don't know. I think it's too early for Deschamps like to start him at the Euros to even think about it. It's sad. Exactly. Yeah, no, the English media. The thing I hate about the English media is how it lives in a bubble. For example, me, I'm a Paris Saint-Germain supporter, but when I talk about football, I talk about the Champions League. I'm gonna be honest. I don't watch the Prem. I don't watch the Bundesliga. I don't watch Serie A. I don't watch I watch Barca and Madrid, but I don't watch La Liga. So I don't say that much about those leagues. But what I do watch, what I do follow, is the UEFA Champions League, the biggest, most competitive, and toughest competition in football, apart from the World Cup. In club football, Champions League is the elite, is the ultimate. If you can do something in the Champions League, you can do it anywhere else. It's the highest standard. If you do something in the Champions League, it has the greatest value. The issue is you will see Premier League fans, Premier League pundits, Premier League media even entertain the question, would you rather win a Premier League or a Champions League? And us, as people of town, not in the Premier League, when we hear that, we're like, what the fuck are you talking about? If you ask me, would you rather win a Premier League or a Liga? I would say Premier League. Premier League or La Liga, Premier League. Premier League or Bundesliga, Premier League. Premier League or Serie A, Premier League. The issue is the Premier League, they're not even satisfied being the best European top five league. They want it to be the best competition. And it's clear that, I mean, the Premier League, it's impossible for it to eclipse the Champions League because of all the best Premier League teams are already in the Champions League. And then you got all the other best teams in Europe. So I think it's just heavy insecurity from the Premier League fan base because they are the ones that created the entire notion that the Premier League is the best. And now they're not happy enough that Premier League is the best league in Europe's top five leagues. They want to be the best competition, which doesn't make any sense. They hype up Rice for a performance versus Brentford, but keep quiet after Vitinha cooks in the Champions League. Yeah, and they always want to hype up there are people that call themselves Premier League fans. I don't understand how you can support your competition. Never understood that. You can like your competition, but supporting it and being biased towards a competition above another one doesn't make sense. Yes, sir. Zabarni is back into the squad. I wish we would wear the black kit again. I'm someone wear the white kit. Wait, we're gonna wear the white kit? Yeah, I remember from a picture I went by. Wait, are you sure we're gonna wear the white kit? Yeah, they posted this one. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking black or red. And then I was like, it's not gonna be the red kit because I mean Bilbao got red in their shirt. I never thought about the white kit. That was like black kit. You're right. It looks like we're gonna wear the white kit. That's a bit weird. But Beraldo, Lucha was asked once in post-match if Beraldo was making progress in the answer. I hope so. He's been with us for a long time. I hope he would have. Yeah. Lucha don't rate him, man. Lucha don't rate him. Oh, 100%. And all the reports are backing that. French wanted to get rid of immigrants, but I forgot 90% of their player now, and then comes from immigrants. No, the entire look, especially for me, because I'm a half immigrant, half ethnic. It's I hate the situation Western Europe is in at the moment, where we're going to a direction where it's gonna be immigrants versus ethnics, and I hate that. I think we as people always need to be together. We need to look at the stuff that are similar between us instead of our differences. But obviously, the ones deciding, not God, not I'm not talking about obviously God decides, but I'm talking about the people that decide, the Zionists, the Jews, the people that run the world. They want us people to be divided. So they are, giving money to all of these Tommy Robinson and all of these filthy anti-immigrant, anti-religion, anti-Islam people, which create this entire situation we're in. If you ask some people why is the West falling, they will tell you it's immigrants. I mean, it's clearly not the immigrants. The main reason the West is falling is due to multiple reasons, but the biggest one being, and that most obvious one, is that the people that are ruling Europe have been abusing Europe and abusing the European people. Fuck, man. Should watch Prem. It's fun. I've tried watching the Prem. I'm not going to be an ignorant hater. I hate the Premier League because I've watched the Premier League. I've sat there for 90 minutes, and after the game, why did I just watch this? And I don't want to have that feeling again. No, yes, sir. I mean, you didn't even have to mention Wharton. I would have mentioned Wharton myself. When I see him, he looks like a Spanish player. It's like Palmer as well. Palmer, Wharton, not English players, or at least not standard English players. Yeah, and I rate both. Todd Cantwell, yeah, former Norwich midfielder, yeah, with the long blonde hair. But I guess he's now in the championship or something. Would you be for clubs from the same country to be able to face each other during the league phase of the UCL? It seems a bit unfair with so many English clubs. Yeah, I've seen people talk about it. I don't know. I don't really care that much. Obviously, it leads to some certain teams having tougher draws and harder draws and so on. I don't know. It would be nice seeing Liverpool face City in the Champions League. People say, "Oh, it's boring more to see them in the league," but I mean, last season watched El Clasico 4 times, and every single time was exciting. So they could change it, yeah. No, that is true. I don't know. I know probably maybe tough period now with school psych. Could be that maybe. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Little off topic, but have you seen that Chelsea lost Atlanta? Yeah. Word from PSG's point of view. Weird from football's point of view. I mean, Chelsea beat the two best teams last season, PSG and FC Barcelona, 3-0, 6-0 on aggregate against both teams, and then can't win against Burnley and some other shit teams. It just tells you that Chelsea is built to beat the best teams, but not to be a great team. Very weird. This France Africa thing is racist, so weird. They don't really play like, do we have the same or more French blood than Griezmann and Giroud? True, true. A lot of people strictly look at the color of the skin instead of looking at the ethnic origin. That's true. Stick to football respectfully. I mean, look, just because football is the thing that I follow, the thing that I know the most about, I don't know a lot about. Doesn't mean I don't know other stuff. I'm not like most people where I'm one dimensional. Most people out there are unfortunately one dimensional. That's what the world has made them into, where they're very good at one thing but very bad at other stuff. I, for example, I've always wanted to be as complete as possible. Not perfect, complete. I would rather have no weaknesses than insane strengths. So I have an overall great knowledge from every single subject because I have interests in majority of the important subjects. And if you have a point you disagree with anything I said, I would love you to comment your response and what you think, and we can have a chat about it. Yo, what's up, Baran? What's up, G? How are you feeling for tomorrow? I'm a yes and no Christian. I don't know. Like I've always wanted the Chelsea revenge, but I mean they're so shit. It's like I don't want it anymore. Like they've proven me they're not that good. And it was a Fugazi match. Maybe. I do think because I remember I checked before both Marseille and Monaco have tough games left. I think Monaco face Madrid. They have Madrid left in the Champions League. And they're sitting on 9 points. I don't think they're gonna make top eight. Yeah, they got Madrid and Juventus. It's gonna be tough. Even if they win the Juventus game, it's not gonna be enough. They gotta win both. Yeah, I mean the Sage, I always go after last season. That's why I look at because I remember in the beginning of last season with the new format, we didn't know that much. In the beginning, they said like top eight and you make the knockouts, which was a lie, obviously. So I simply just go back to last season. Top eight, as you said, yeah, 16 points. You said 17. Obviously, it could be different. It all depends on how the best teams do and how the worst team do. For example, last season, you had two teams on 0 points and then three, 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 three. I think this season, only one team is in 0 points. Yeah, and then you got one, one, two, three. Obviously, there's still games left, so it could be different. But yeah, looking at last season, yeah, 16, 17, somewhere there. Let me see how many. Was it close last season to be 17? No, okay, so three teams went on with 16 points. So I still think 16 should become. Yeah, why not? Why not? Make the UCL, and they would probably put you against us. But yeah, we would like that. Plus, from what I know, you guys play good football as well. True. You think Barca will make top eight? Yeah, I do think so. I mean, they got the full 3 points today, and they have a lot of easy games left. So I think they have Slavia Prague and Copenhagen left. So I think they will probably go through.
Yo. Okay, you can hear me?
Yeah.
All right, good. What's good, brother?
What's good?
Hello, man. I see you was online. I was like, damn. I thought you wasn't gonna do one today.
Yeah, no, it was just the Barca. I watched it with my friend instead, so I just skipped that one. Plus, it was a shit game, man. I'm so happy I didn't watch it live.
Yeah, I was actually
this entire week was ass.
I was watching the Interpol game, and that was that was some fucking NyQuil, you know.
Yeah.
Champions League match days have become disgusting if Paris Saint-Germain ain't playing.
Yeah.
It really be like that, bro. Like Paris Saint-Germain is carrying the sport, the beautiful game.
Yeah.
No one wants to talk about that, but we're really carrying the beautiful game, bro. Barcelona, fucking dog shit. Lamine Yamal giving another under 25 left back a career. Like, this is what we see, you know?
True.
It's crazy, man. But how you feeling about tomorrow, bro?
Now I've seen the reports that obviously the Moose is not in the squad. Um,
Yeah, I seen that this morning. I thought he was gonna be in it, but that's a shame. But I mean, Due back, so I ain't tripping.
yeah.
Nuno's not gonna play either, apparently. So we're potentially what I'm expecting is a Warren at right back and call me crazy, Mayulu. Not or no. Joao Neves at left back. Just it's a
Could
one
be
game
the, so
thing.
the report. The predicted lineup showed Mayolo, but it could be
Okay.
Neves. Yeah, because
Yeah, it could
Neves.
be not.
Yeah,
He's played there
I think
before.
Lucha would probably do him because he's better defensively. You're more confident in him doing it. But they had Mayulo. They also had Njanto starting because they had Mayulo and
Yeah, I
Warren as
seen
two
that.
fullbacks.
Yeah, I seen that, bro. And Jontu starting is a little
Yeah,
disrespectful.
yeah.
I don't think he should be starting.
Why not?
I mean, I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready for a Champions League game away from home. You know?
Yeah, but he doesn't have that pressure on him. Like we'll be Bilbao with 10 men, with 9 men. I don't think like even versus Spurs, Lucha Prime. I think the thing with Njanto Tosin, it's clear that he's performing at a great level in training, and he just hasn't been
Yeah.
able to replicate that form in the UCL.
On
So
match days.
on match days overall. So, and I've because Syke was talking about it before Tosin, and I said this is much better than Gonzalo because Gonzalo starts Tosin, has a bad game, and there really isn't any positive thing. I mean, his value is even tanking. And Janto on the opposite, Tosin, when he plays, even if he has a bad game, it's valuable experience. Next game, he will feel less pressure when he plays. So that's for me why I'm calm with the youngsters playing because
Mm.
it's good. If we want to send Janto in the future, it's good that his price tag gets up. People get to see his name in the Champions League as well. So no, I'm happy Gonzalo is not starting, man. And then obviously
Yeah.
Beraldo Thompson not in the squad. They did put out a medical report. The thing is, I never remember reading a report Beraldo got injured.
Um
I think
actually
Lucha's
from what
just
I
pushing him
saw,
out.
no, I did see that he's suffering an injury in his left calf, the
Okay.
calf muscle on his left leg. So yeah, it could be bullshit. It could be bullshit, like you're saying, but
Yeah.
that's what the report reads.
And then I saw this one. Obviously, you mentioned it before the Flamengo stuff. And they're saying loan deal
Yeah,
with an option to buy. And I think that sounds logical from PSG as well. You loan him out, he gets game time, his value goes maybe a little bit up. Maybe the option
yeah,
to buy is even after the World Cup. So we get to
yeah.
see maybe he gets just to be in the Brazil squad. Maybe something happens. So, but yeah, the end of Beraldo
No,
at
yeah,
Paris
no. I
Saint
mean,
Germain.
yeah, I know he gonna be in with that Brasileiro team, Flamengo, who are they're the standout team in South America.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean it's a decent move for him because he's gonna still be in the picture with the national team,
yeah.
and yeah, I mean that's probably what he wants. So I mean I
Oh,
ain't
here,
tripping.
look at this here. Marie 17B put. So about Beraldo, Lucha was asked once in post match if Beraldo was making progress, and he answered, "I hope so. He's been with us for a long time. I hope he would have improved during this time." He's basically cooking him. He's basically saying, "No, he's not improved. He's been with us for a long time, but he hasn't improved. I would have hoped that he would have improved during this time."
Two
Yeah,
calendar
he said,
years
"I
that
hope,
long of a
I
time.
hope he would have improved during this time." Wow. I mean, Lucha doesn't cook players, Tosin Ball. Here he cooked him.
Yeah, it's an indictment.
But what
Damn.
do you think? What do you think? Because Beraldo came in, I remember Lucho rated him highly, Tosin. He benched Lucas Hernandez in that first leg versus Real Sociedad, played Beraldo. Beraldo was okay. I remember he got cooked once by Koba, but apart from that, playing as a left back, he had a good. But then obviously the away performance, masterclass. What was it? David called him the best center back in the world. Like Beraldo was insane. And then the reality check came straight after in the Barca game, where a veteran Lewandowski showed Beraldo how to play football. And since then, I mean,
No,
he's
that
never
was
been competing with the starting lineup ever since then, Tosin.
yeah. It hasn't been the same since that time, like you said.
But what do you think that his main problem is? Do you think maybe, I don't know, new culture, new language he's been struggling with? Is his
I just
profile?
don't
He
want to
never
harp
suit
too long.
PSG.
Yeah, I don't want to harp too long on fucking Beraldo, but I'm a fan of like what he could have brought to this team, but I think ultimately, like you said, you need to be a Paris Saint-Germain player. You have to be
Yeah,
an outlier, on a technical level and physical level.
exactly.
And Beraldo is more of an outlier as a ball playing center back, or is close to it, is close to being an outlier. I wouldn't call him an outlier, but he's close to that. While his physical level is it's a little deplorable. He doesn't have the body mechanics of a top center back. He has a very like a very
I mean, he gets
doughy
bullied.
physique. He's not really built to be a center back at the highest level of club football.
And I think maybe Lucho would have maybe even tried him as a DM Tosin, but his mobility is so ass as well.
No, no, he
He's a
would be
bit.
terrible at the end.
I've noticed Tosin Beraldo is a bit like Gonzalo in the sense where like he's so unphysical, Tosin. Like he's like, I don't know, a 90s player or something. Like it doesn't suit the modern game.
No, actually, if anything, he is more
Just
tied
on
to
his
the modern
athleticness.
game.
Just the
Yeah,
athleticness.
but he doesn't have he doesn't have the required athletic level, like you said, the required physical level.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about how rare it is to be unathletic and play at top professional football. Like we got Fabio Ruiz, but he's just a genius. And he's actually smart, Chosen. Do you think it could be an IQ thing as well? Because like Fabian, he's not the strongest, he's not the fastest, but he wins most of his duels. He doesn't get cooked too many times.
What helps Fabian is the fact that he's long-legged, he's very tall, he's 6 foot 2, 6 foot 3, so that's what gives him an advantage in duels.
So
Um,
Beraldo's 186. What do you say,
yeah, but
Fabian?
Beraldo, but the
Well,
thing is,
obviously
Beraldo's
Beraldo
not a
against strikers, so he's a
and
center back
yeah,
as well.
yeah, and he's a center back. Whereas Fabian, his job is not just to defend; his job is also to, bring fluidity to
Yeah.
our attacking game. Connect midfield and attack. So it's different. It's different roles. But the thing with Fabian is, from young, before he had his growth spurt, I mean, bro, he was seen as one of the biggest talents in Spanish football. You know,
Yeah, because he won the under 21 Euros with De La Fuente, I think.
yeah, that's why De La Fuente. That's why I'd be laughing at Spain fans who never
Oh,
put
saying like
Fabian in their 11. They never put Fabian in the 11. They always put some random. They'll be like,
yeah, or
"Oh,
say
the
like,
11."
oh, when Gavi comes back to his best,
Yeah.
he's gonna start and so on. Like if
Mhm.
anyone is dropped from that midfield, Fabian is the last one. I think De La Fuente would,
Yeah.
yeah, he would rather drop Pedri,
Yep.
Olmo,
Yep.
Rodri, Zubimendi, whoever it is before Fabian. He's the glue
Yep.
of that team.
Yep. That's facts because De La Fuente, he's known Fabian since under 21 level, even prior to that. So
Yeah,
he's known the player for a long time. That's his boy.
that
Like bro,
trust, that belief.
even in the I think it was before the Club World Cup, during the Nations League, he was doing an interview. He was doing a little presser, and they asked De La Fuente, "It's like, who do you think should win Ballon d'Or?" And he's like, "Oh, I hope it goes to a Spanish player, Lamine or Fabian." you know. So I
No
mean,
Pedri,
that's
no Pedri.
no. He ain't say no Pedri, dog. So,
Um, and just to finish it off on Beraldo Tosin, do you think when do you think like Lucho gave
bro,
up?
we let's get away from Beraldo, man. He's not that relevant to talk about for like over 10
No,
minutes.
because like Tosin, this will basically be the last time. Like we talk here a little bit, then probably when the deal gets confirmed, we talk about it a little bit, but it's over
Yeah,
for Beraldo at this club.
yeah, it's over for the Joker.
Because for me, it feels like the Club World Cup final that should have been maybe the indicator. But I think it feels like it was this season, Tosin, the final blow. Like Lucho gave him one more opportunity this season, and Beraldo, I think he's played the most minutes out of all of our defenders this season, Tosin.
Yeah, no, he has. Like he's benefited from the rotation, from Lucho's
Yeah.
rotation policy.
Okay, no. So Pacho played 1.2, Zabarni 1.1,
Yeah, but
Beraldo
I would say
6.42.
prior to the month of the let's say mid November, or
Yeah,
it was clear that Beraldo had the most minutes.
yeah,
It is what it is, though. What are your thoughts on Zabarni and his wife, man? Talking
yeah. You
about
saw that
Mustafa.
report. Uh,
Bro, why would you have
I'm
all
gonna be
this?
honest. I think it's stupid from his wife posting that shit. Like
Yeah,
you want more drama towards you. You want more headlines about your husband. You want to put more pressure on your husband.
it's crazy how dumb some woman can be, man.
But obviously Zabarni is in the squad. But I think Zabarni maybe I think he would have started the Rennes game, but he's not gonna start tomorrow.
No, 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 I don't think so either. It's possible though. He could start if Lucho starts three center backs and probably puts Warren at left back. He could do that. You never
Yeah.
know.
I mean, you could play Moran back, Tosin. Maybe he plays Warren left back. We saw
Yeah, that's
Zabarni,
what
I
I'm
think,
saying.
was it
Yeah,
Lorient game?
yeah.
Lorient
But
game
the
when he
thing
got
is,
cooked.
you trust Zaba, 1v1 in the channel
Oh, Nico.
against Nico. I think I do. He's not. Let's see how good Nico is. That will be interesting to see how much of
Yeah.
a threat he is on the night. And we're gonna be wearing what, all white?
Yeah, weirdly. I thought we were gonna wear the black here.
Because I think don't Bilbao have black shorts?
Ah, you see, that's a good one, Tosin. You see, that's a good
Yeah.
one. But I mean, we could have played black shirts, white shorts.
I mean, yeah, we could have, but I don't. We rarely do that. So
No,
we're
I'm
gonna be
because I'm
pulling
thinking
up. We're
of
gonna
their
be
shirt. Their shirt is white and red. Are we gonna wear
yeah.
white with a red thing? Would look a bit
No, I
weird.
just think all white. I just think we're gonna be pulling up to Bilbao looking angelic. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about.
uh,
Oh man, wait, Mbappe's missing tomorrow?
maybe.
Damn. Damn, man, Xavi's job is finished.
Yo, Salah, Tosin, Liverpool won. Perfect for the
Yeah,
agenda.
bro. Bro, I seen you, bro. I saw you tweet that, bro. Man, they was on your head when you tweeted that shit, bro.
Yeah,
The
no, no,
Salah
no, no,
shit.
no, Tosin. It's not even about what any tweets I put out. As soon as I put out like a tweet for my video, the kids just come running. It's their perfect time to ratio and have fun and all of that.
Yeah,
Um,
it's so childish. But I mean, honestly though, it's still what's it called? It's still publicity. It's still getting
yeah,
eyes.
especially on my YouTube videos. I mean,
Yeah.
if anything, there's. But I
Yeah,
know
you can take
it's
it.
very weird behavior. It's very weird behavior. It's like it's genuinely like because Tosin, do you know how many people now they follow me, they comment on my tweets, but they don't care. Like they're strictly there for hating.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I guess I've got it big. I guess that's the scenario. Especially Barca fans. Like Barca fans on Twitter, Tosin, if
Let's
you
be
ask
real
them
though.
what account do you hate the most, easily me. Easily
Yeah,
me.
no, but you've been in the game for a minute though. That's what it is. Like, since
I,
the Pessi era, in 22,
yeah,
23. So, Barca fans, they're just tied. They're tied to this channel, bro. It is what it is. We got a Barca fan
yeah,
that pull up on this stream, like, you know.
yeah. I'm gonna be honest. Barnes fans are the most emotional, delusional ones as well. So me,
Yeah.
like attacking them and trolling them, they get all emotional. It's never seen a fan base like them, man. I'm so happy I wasn't born a Barca fan. Um.
Same, man.
Oh yeah, the Henri. That's what I was gonna say. The Henri Tosin. I usually don't like what he says, but I back
Yeah.
Henri, man. He was saying the
What did he
truth.
say? What did he say?
So really simple. Thierry Henry, Mohamed Salah comments. I had problems with Wenger, with Guardiola. Have you ever heard me talk about it publicly? Never. I protected the club. When you play for a club, you must protect it at all costs. No matter what's happening internally, you protect the club, your teammates, the manager, the staff. You can be angry, frustrated, disagree, but you don't air dirty laundry in public, especially when the club is going through difficult moments. Instead, you wait, you sort things out internally, and then if you want to leave or speak your mind, you do it at the right time. I understand the ego and most frustration. He scores 38 goals and ends up on the bench. But there comes a point where you must put the team before yourself.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfectly said. Because that's the thing, Tosin, what Salah is saying, maybe half of it is not wrong, but it's about should you say that? Should you be saying that?
Absolutely nothing Salah said was right. Okay. Salah and Slot, Arne Slot, bro. I think I kind of rate Slot. Like I rate him for like I don't know, man.
Or having balls?
He's got like a dark side to him, dude. Like he's like a bald white dude. He's one of the few bald white dudes I've seen with aura, man. You know, Arne Slot, Johnny Sins. Like shout out to Arne Slot, man. But
Zidane?
I think Zidane. But one thing I noticed about Slot is just like he don't take no shit. He not gonna take no shit from Salah. Like I think they had a what's it called? They had an agreement last season where Salah told Slot, you know, stop me from defending. You know what I mean? Like excuse me from the defensive work, right? And just
Exactly.
and
Do
I
my
guarantee you that I will score and create goals. And Slot was like, deal. But this and last season he held up his part of the deal, but this season he hasn't. So at this point, it's too much. It's too much. Like I can't play Verts, Isak, Ekitike, and Salah in an 11. That's impossible.
no, it's not even that, Tosin. Like Salah played this season. Salah is acting like he hasn't been given a chance. Salah started, I don't know, like the first 10, 15 games and then started
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
benched.
yeah. No,
I
he's
saw even
missing.
A Liverpool fan put this out. Liverpool lost 3 matches in a row. Salah dropped Salah. Liverpool are not unbeaten in 4.
But I'm gonna ask you a question real quick. What do you think about the possibility of Salah playing for PSG on the right wing?
Wait, lagged out. You gotta say that again.
What do you think about the possibility of Salah playing on the right wing for Paris Saint-Germain?
Nah, lagged out again. Yo, can someone hear it, Tosin?
What do you think of Salah playing on the right wing for Paris Saint-Germain next to
No, no,
Dembele,
no, no.
Kvaratskhelia?
Tosin, last season when Salah was on that Ballon d'Or campaign, Tosin, we were like, now, never, never, no.
I
Sometimes.
actually did want Salah. I didn't want Salah to come. No, not to come. Pause. Like last season, because when I
A
look at
big player.
no, remember because David, man, me and David were arguing a lot last season, especially in the first half, and he was like, "Man, if we get a goal scoring forward like a Salah, it would change our game," you know. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let Salah come. And when you see how much worse he is than Dembouz, I'm gonna say I told you so. Like, let him come. But obviously it never happened. We ended up facing him in the knockout rounds. But I don't know, man. Like, do we still got them goals in him? You know? I mean,
It's not about the goals, Susan. The thing with Salah, basically his entire career, you have to compensate for him. Oh, he's not good at
because
this. He's not good
but
at this.
see,
You got to compensate.
but this
Like
is
it's
what
like
it is though.
Mbappe 10 times worse.
Yeah, but just beyond Salah, the thing is, and I love Fabian. I love Fabian Ruiz. Like I'm, I'm like we're like his number one fans, I would say.
Yeah.
But it's like Doué's gonna eventually. I think that's the future of Paris Saint Germain's midfield. It's Vitinha, Neves, and Desiree Doué.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, why not just
No, no,
expedite
no.
that shit? But
I mean, it's Salah. Like, Tosin, when I look at this entire situation, you blame the Liverpool management. They shouldn't have extended him last season. Especially when you go into this transition. If you have planned making Isak, Verts, all of these signings, what's the
yeah,
point in having Salah? So I think Liverpool,
they gave him an extension. They expected him to continue on,
yeah,
continue
but
doing
from
what he
what I've
did
heard,
the
Tosin,
season prior.
it was a win-win situation for Liverpool, Tosin. You extend Salah. If he cooks, you got a cooking Salah. If he's shit, you have him on better terms than you had him before. So you can ask for more money.
From a Saudi club.
Exactly. And I've seen some reports, Saudi already prepared to get him in January.
Does Salah want to go though? Does he want to stay in Europe? Does he want to? Because I think Salah.
From what I've heard, like Liverpool are like they want to basically sell him. Like it's over.
Yeah, yeah,
They can't
yeah,
have him. It's impossible. Yeah, it's over.
yeah.
And that's the thing, Tosin. It nearly feels like Salah himself wants to go. Because in the beginning, when I saw that interview, I was like, oh, Salah wants to put pressure on Slot to be sacked. It still could be that. And maybe it just backfired, Tosin. Because Salah was saying people are putting him under the bus and some people want me out. Salah, you have created that reality. Now Liverpool wants you out. Now Slot doesn't want to work with you. Now the Liverpool management wants you out. So like Salah is egoistic and insanely stupid.
Yeah.
But no, Saudi. I mean, the thing, Tosin, Salah doesn't even need to learn Arabic. Like Saudi is a perfect move for him. So, and plus he's been negotiating with Saudi for like 2 years now.
Nah, he has, but I think with how he's been castigated, you know, this season, with how he's been getting cooked all season, I think part of him is his pride is gonna kick in, and he's gonna be like, you know what, I want to stay in Europe and prove these motherfuckers wrong.
That could be true. The issue is Tosin. I don't think any club is gonna go for him.
That's the thing. That's the issue.
No,
He's
he's
gonna.
not gonna go to another Prem club. Bayern, no. Barca,
Wait,
no. Liverpool.
wait. I think that's the I think that's the biggest possibility. Him going to another.
Well, they
top club.
just no. I mean, he would want to go to another top club. Why would he ruin his legacy even more?
I don't think he cares if he could lead another team to a title or something.
Yeah, I mean,
I
he
think he
can't
would
do
do
that.
it.
He knows he's
He would do
ass.
that.
That's the thing. I think Salah is self-aware that he's ass.
You know what? If he's self-aware that he's asked, then he'll just go straight to Saudi.
Yeah, I mean, he's been. I mean,
Call it
I
a
remember
career.
too. What was it? It wasn't last summer. The summer before, he was like inches away from going to Saudi towards the end. But I think Liverpool didn't have enough time to replace him, so they didn't make it happen. And they told Salah in that moment, "You leave when we tell you. You don't leave when you want to." Something like that. Crazy. You have to be fair about Salah. Accept this assessment that he wasn't performing, so he got benched. But why other poor performance for Liverpool not being benched too? I mean,
Because you're the main man,
like
Salah. Heavy's the head.
it's
The boys
main man,
proud.
but the thing with Salah, it's not just bad performances. I also think it's about the slot system. Slot now wants to play his football. Salah doesn't suit that system. So it's more
Yeah.
that like you have an attacker that doesn't press, that can't run, that doesn't have any pace, that doesn't have creative ability, that doesn't have 1v1 ability. I mean, he's basically a false winger. And second of all,
Slot has always been a positional coach.
yeah,
He's always been a
just last
possession-based
season
coach.
he tried playing like club football to make
Yeah.
Salah happy, to make Van Dijk, and he didn't have his players basically. But now
I
he got
think
his
what
players.
he did last season is what any smart coach would do is,
Yeah.
I have a squad. The first thing I'm gonna focus on, fitness. We have a long season. Fitness. That's it. That's all he
And he
worked
had
on
and
with Liverpool
he didn't have good squad depth. Like he had that starting 11. He basically rinsed. Maybe
Rinsed.
that's why
Oh.
they died out towards the season.
Yeah.
And second of all, MA, for example, Van Dijk. Van Dijk has been trashed this season. Who is he gonna play? Gomez. That's the thing. With Salah, there are backups, there are replacements. When it comes to Van Dijk, who's been asked, there is no. Allison hasn't been that good this season, but obviously he's been Marmash Davila played a lot of games this season due to his injury and so on. And then right back spot, Frimpong hasn't been the best, but obviously he got injured. And then he got Robertson started coming back to the lineup to put some competition on Kerkez. So let's not say Arne Slot is not doing that. I think when it comes to Van Dijk, it's a valid point, but Van Dijk, he just doesn't have anyone else to play.
Yeah. But the thing with Liverpool though is as a result of this Salah benching, Salah was supposed to bring you know, those numbers, that production to
Yeah,
hide everything. And now Liverpool are a team. I mean, after watching them against Inter and seeing their previous games, like they're a team that doesn't create well at a high level, nor do they defend at a high level either. So they're
true.
very disjointed right now. That's why in January they're gonna look for a 1v1 winger, something that Salah could have been bringing, but he's older now. He doesn't have the legs to do that.
Exactly. So it's like many stuff. It's system. It's Salah's bad performances. The only valid thing when I went through Salah's interview, Tosin, is he talked about promises that Liverpool made him when they gave him the contract, and that they haven't lived up to it. That's a valid point from Salah because we know about Mbappe. We know that we gave him a lot of promises that we didn't, do in the first season, that we
Bro, I'm
did
sure
in the
part of
season
the
after.
promises, I'm sure part of the quote unquote promises to Salah were we're gonna have a very competitive team. We're gonna and I mean they kind of showed that intent in the summer,
Yeah, but
bro.
he said
Because
he said stuff they haven't done. Could it be maybe you will start all the time, you will this all the time or something? Because
could be, yeah.
he
I'm sure
said
there are
promises they
contractual
haven't done.
yeah, I'm sure there are probably stipulations in his contract to play a certain number of games per season.
Yeah.
So,
No,
but
I just remember from the Mbappe situation, so many promises. Salah probably got a huge amount of promises with the wage he got and everything.
yeah,
And one thing I don't like from Salah, and I've seen other people now bring it up, is that he always talked about everything he's done for Liverpool, but he never brings up stuff Liverpool did for him. He feels
no,
really
but
ungrateful at the same time as well.
no, you just got to look at the pronouns, man, or
Pronouns?
like or what he's saying. He's never saying we. He's never
Yeah,
saying
me.
we. We won the title. I saw. He said I won the title. He said I won the title. I did this. I did that. I won the title,
I
bro.
scored this many goals. I did that. Wait, let's bring up. It was so delusional, man. Let's actually bring it up. Um, Bilbao, are you ready? 1 second. Even if they sell Salah, yeah, obviously he's part of the problem. He's not the problem. So getting rid of Salah is not going to solve the problem,
Yeah,
but
no,
it's going to help problems.
Liverpool
And I
would be
think
sinking.
Slot is going to get a lot of respect also from the players. Because think about it, he has a lot of young players, a lot of new players. They've seen him just treat Salah like that, a bit like Lucho, how he did with Mbappe.
And
And,
Dembele.
they, and
Yeah,
they'll be like, exactly. And they will be like,
yeah.
I want to fight for him.
Do you think Xabi
This,
Alonso? You think Xabi Alonso at Madrid fucked up with the Vinny situation,
what do you mean?
when Vinny threw a tantrum during the Clasico?
Yeah, that's what they do say that that's where Chabi like lost some of his power and so on. They probably did. They probably did. Because what Vinny, I remember posted like a apology message, and then like they acted like it didn't happen. When like Vinny should have gotten like a game ban, or Chabi should have sat down with him or something and be more harsh.
Yeah, didn't mention Alonso either in his written apology, his written statement.
Yeah. If Salah was self-aware, yeah. All right, now let's go through it, Tosin. I couldn't believe it. I'm sitting on the bench for 90 minutes. I think it's his third time on the bench. I think, and then he said this, Tosin. I think it's the first time in my career to be like a shocking statement. Obviously, Tosin, Salah has never been more watched. Like, be a bit self. When you get older, you will get benched more. You will play less often. Obviously, this is the first time in your career. I'm very disappointed. To be fair, I've done so much for this club. Everybody can see that during the years and especially last season, sitting on the bench. I don't know why. It seems that the club are throwing me under the bus. How I feel because that someone wants me to get all the blame. What?
Victimhood, man. Look at victimhood.
The club promised me the similar promises and nothing so far on the bench in 3 games, so I can say they don't keep. I
They
said many times
promise.
before I had a relationship with the manager, and all of a sudden we don't have any relationship. I don't know why. It seems to me someone doesn't want me in the club. I love the club so much. It's not acceptable for me. I don't know why that happened. Always to me. I don't get it. Again, I read this Tosin before. I don't know why that happened. Always happens to me. Why is it that always happens to Salah, Tosin? I really want to know.
It's just it's the victimhood. It's from straight from the book of Balotelli. Why always me? You
Exactly.
know.
I've done so much for this club to get the respect I want to get and don't have. He sounds like LeBron, Tosin, with the respect stuff. Oh, yeah, no, Tosin. This is the most delusion, he said. I've done so much for this club to get the respect I want to get, and I don't have to go every day fighting for my position because I earn it. Excuse me? You don't have to fight anymore for your position because you earned it?
No, it doesn't work like that, buddy. That's not how sports work. That's not how the
Exactly. You gotta
sports system works.
continuously prove yourself.
Yeah.
People say you're not bigger than I'm bigger than anyone. I'm just this football. It is what it is. This is about future. What did you say, Tosin? Because I haven't seen that quote. I won the league, Salah. Has he said that word for word, Tosin? Back to the system institution. I feel we knew that would be buying all these players. They shouldn't have renewed Salah. 100%. 100%. And that's why I go into the idea that why this happened, Alessandro, is because Liverpool, they are in a win-win situation. If Salah was still good enough to perform in that system, but maybe they wanted to sell him all along in January or maybe next summer. Maybe it was just hard letting go of Salah after last season. But maybe they had this always in their plan. Um,
Yeah, definitely. Michael Edwards and stuff. He's like an American sports general manager. You know,
yeah.
he's always into the sports science, the underlying data, all that. So I'm sure he saw a drop off, you know, in Salah's level, and he was anticipating that even before last season, and he was probably thinking, "Yo, we can just let him go for free."
Yeah.
But I mean, Salah just overperformed, so they had no choice but to keep him.
Listen, I can't seem to find it, but are you are you 100% sure he said that? I won the league.
No, I'm not 100% sure. That's what I said. Like,
Because the thing with Salah Tosin is he's not like a Messi. A Messi Tosin is someone that carries a team through the progressive passes, progressive carries, dribbles, goals, assists, key passes, chances, create everything. Salah Tosin, he always talks about the stuff he's done. You don't mention that he had Trent Alexander Arnold as a right back behind him. They don't mention he had Firmino as a false nine. Sadio Mane bailing him out in the biggest games. Like he's so fucking cocky and egoistic, man. He truly believes he's of that
what's
Neymar,
his finals record
Ronaldo,
again?
Messi ilk, man. It's like one non-penalty goal in 17 games. No, one penalty goal in 17 finals. And I
What was
like,
that penalty? Was that in the Champions League final?
yeah,
Okay, okay. Yeah, at least he scored one. At least he scored. At least he's at least he's got one. Let's
yeah,
see
and
his
I
final.
like that Jimmy Carragher brought up, his
His
Yeah,
record
his
with
AFCON
Egypt.
failure, Egypt failure as well. Yeah, like that's why I can never take anyone seriously if they call Salah the best African player of all time. Tosin, how can he be the best African player of all time not winning it? Your national team plus Egypt. Tosin, Egypt is like Madrid of AFCON. They have by far the most AFCONs in AFCON history. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, they are. Yeah, they're. I, I think Salah. He never did what Amaris did in 2019.
yeah, and even Morris with Leicester, man. Salah never did that even with Liverpool,
Yeah,
even in his 17, 18 and last season. Doesn't
but
match that,
that's a
man.
high level though. That's definitely one of the highest levels we've seen in the last
17,
15
18.
years. 17, 18 Salah.
Agreed, agreed. Now, because he was scary that season.
Yeah,
Do we got more in one final?
that whole front three was
Oh,
scary.
yo, this one, me, Giannis, you are him, man. You are him. This is perfect for a tweet I made before.
But
Yo,
Due has
where
three goal contributions. Due
this
has
one?
three goal
Because I wrote
contributions, and
no rumors so far, but this true. We're rule European football. I said the Ziri do is better than Salah.
I
Wait,
mean that's facts.
Mohamed Salah in finals. What does he have?
No, as of
One goal in 17 finals. Wait, do we got two finals? Three finals, actually.
with
This
three goals
one
or
final,
three goal contributions. Two, yeah, two goals.
two goals. No, because Duick played the Club World Cup and the Coupe de France final as well. But did he play Trophée des Champions as well?
Yeah, against Monaco. Yeah, he started that game. Remember,
But
he
yeah,
hit the crossbar
we don't need that.
early in that game.
I don't know. I don't remember that much from the Monaco game, Tosin. All I remember is like Dembouz stuff. So I remember the Nuno switch to Dembouz when Dembouz had that touch. I remember when Dembouz played that 1-2 with Nuno and ran through Monaco. And then obviously the
Nah,
Dembouz
yeah,
goal.
I remember a bit from.
Pablo
Yeah, I
Ruiz
remember a
assist.
lot of Dembo's moments, but I remember Due hitting the crossbar early on in the game. 1v1 with the goal.
Oh, by the way, Tosin, I know you. Do you know about the Arab Cup?
No, not really. No.
So just a cup for the Arab nations participating, and then for example Algeria, Tosin, we have like secondary players. You remember Benzia from
So
Lille?
the Arab Cup is the Arab Cup like the Gold Cup? Just an irrelevant. Well, not irrelevant, but
Basically, yeah,
just an
basically, yeah.
extra tournament.
But do you remember Benzia from Lille? Maybe Leon as well.
No, no, it doesn't ring a bell to be honest. Looks like Bentaleb.
Anyways, this dude we have, Tosin, new centre back, like he's cooking up. Like with Maza, with Amora, and now we have this dude in the Arab Cup. He's just like a very athletic, yeah, just a beast, man.
What club is
Winning
he playing
headers and stuff. I think he still plays in Algeria. So that's what I like about the Arab Cup. It's like mostly for local players. So you get to see players you've never seen before.
Okay.
And yeah, we might win that competition. Let me see the bookmarks here. 17, 18 is everyone's prime. Salah, Neymar,
Dybala?
Hazard was good 17, 18 as well. Dybala. But Hazard's prime is either 18, 19, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Hazard was
A lot of
13,
primes.
14, 14, 15, 16, 17. The Conte year was very underrated from Hazard.
Yeah.
Like, I think Conte, because he hated Conte working under Conte, a lot of the tactical work, just a lot of boring shit working under Conte, and you're gonna run your ass off. I think that made Hazard like the fittest of his career, which was good for him. But yeah, like it does look like that around that time was everyone's prime. That was like the '90s, the early '90s players, like your Your Pogba's, your Neymar's, your
Yeah.
Marco Royce's, your Dybala's, De Bruyne's. De Bruyne 17-18 was crazy. Yeah.
In 2007, it doesn't 17-18 nearly feel like the last football season? Because it's after that, like the Pep system started and every Premier League copied him.
Pep's had multiple systems. That's the thing. Pep was just going
Yeah.
through Pep's new fascination at that time was playing number 10s as attacking number 8s. So like Fernandinho covering for David Silva and De Bruyne, and they just
Yeah.
absolutely rinsed the Premier League with
True.
cutbacks, with
Yeah, it was
wingers that
just
stayed high and
Sterling got
wide.
like 15 assists, Sané
Yeah,
15
Sane,
assists.
yeah, and they just killed the league with cutbacks and quick transitions, and between the lines play. I think De Bruyne, I underrated De Bruyne, man. De Bruyne,
Yeah, no, De Bruyne is someone, Tosin, that's like growing on me. Do you know why? Because now, Tosin, he's gone. We can actually just appreciate him as a player, Tosin,
yeah,
instead
yeah.
of hearing delusional stuff like this. There are genuine people that say De Bruyne is better than Modric, but we don't hear that anymore. So we can just, enjoy the memories of De Bruyne.
Ooh, another player that was I think of in 17-18, even though maybe it was like you could argue it was a year after his best season. Isco, man, Isco around that time,
Yeah,
especially in 2017, the calendar year of 2017. There was a time where you could have argued. I think it was after the World Cup qualifier against Spain. I mean, against Italy. Yeah, everyone was like, "Yo, Isco might be the best player in the world."
yeah.
Like there was a stretch where people were like, "Yo, Isco might be the best player." Another dude that was balling around that time, Coutinho. Man, Coutinho was a baller, man. It's ruined his career. I think
Coutinho,
he
yeah.
should have come. He should have gone to PSG, man. He should have come to
Him and
us
Fabinho.
around that time. Yeah, he should have come to us around that time, man. Could have ended
No,
up.
but
He could have snatched Neymar's chain maybe and been a bigger legend.
no, no. Thankfully, I think future players, if there's a future Coutinho Tosin, he will choose us ahead of Barca.
No,
Salah
the
shouldn't be
next Coutinho,
complaining.
the new and improved Coutinho, is actually Desiree Doué.
That's a good one.
Like
I
the
mean, he just
modern
needs to
version.
improve like the long shots. That's well. That
Yeah,
was a
the
huge
final
part of
ball,
Coutinho's
the
game.
final ball, and the long shots. Yeah, but he has
Salah,
the tools.
yeah. Salah shouldn't be complaining. It doesn't press to do anything to affect the games outside of GA, so he shouldn't be surprised when he gets benched when his numbers have been on the decline. Yeah. And I think what it perfectly summarizes is that Salah is completely unself-aware. He listens to the pundits that call him the greatest Premier League player, but he doesn't listen to pundits that say his game without GA is nothing. And him mentioning Jamie Carragher in that interview definitely shows that Salah takes the critique from pundits to his heart. Yeah, I mean, he just exposed himself as being very emotional. By the way, Tosin, have you seen this stuff?
Oh, that's an embarrassment, dude.
That's fucking disgusting, man.
Yeah, that's an embarrassment.
And did you see what game they're gonna do it on? Iran and Egypt, Tosin. It's 100% on purpose, Tosin. Iran and Egypt are the two teams that are most against this, apart from some other Arab and Muslim teams. This is on purpose, Tosin. It's like a humiliation ritual.
Yeah, not bro. That's the weirdest shit happened to me in real life yesterday. I was
What
coming
happened?
out from a trade. I was coming out from a grocery store, and this
Yeah.
homeless guy I gave money to, he told me some crazy. He said that the U.S. is we're gonna experience a doomsday event in the U.S. in 5 years, man. That this place is gonna be wiped out. You know how like you have civilizations underwater, under the sea, because there
Like
was like maybe a
Atlantis?
flood. Yeah, like you have the U.S. is that's gonna happen. Like this, it's gonna be under lava. Apparently, it's gonna be drowned under lava. So this guy was telling me this, and I was like, "Yo, how do you explain it?" And he was talking about this dude was saying like like so like the eclipse, right? You know when there's an eclipse, a solar eclipse,
Yeah.
everywhere goes dark. Yeah, so there have been two eclipses. So one in 2017 and I think another in 2024. Like you
Okay.
can look these up. Yeah, like look up the eclipse paths, man. Like you got to look this up, man. Just look up the last two eclipses, man. I looked this on Google Images. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, man.
What, the date or what?
Yeah, just yeah, the last one in 2017 and one in 2014, and just look at the path of the eclipses.
What do you mean path? What should I
It'll show
search
you.
for?
Just search eclipse
Oh,
path
is it
2017. Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, yeah, that's it. And it forms like an X, bro. It forms like
wait
an X.
on Texas?
I don't think that's. I think that's. I think that's. Where is that? I think that's like. That's where there's like a fault system in the central part, like close to
Okay,
the
wait,
Midwest. So
there's
like
another
that's
one
like
here as well.
Missouri. That's
Th-
Missouri.
this is another one.
Yeah, that's yeah. So that's like Missouri. I think Tennessee, Illinois, the Midwest. And that place is known for intense earthquakes. So like back in 1811, 1812, in the 19th century, they had one that like altered the
You
whole
see,
Mississippi River.
this one is Texas. So they're showing two different ones. Once is on Texas, once is on this. But I think it's, as you
Yeah,
said, the Mississippi one.
Mississippi River, yeah. And
Look,
there's
here's
one
another
they
one from NASA. This one is Texas as well. So it's one of the two.
ah okay, okay. Yeah, it's bro, apparently it goes up to like the Yellowstone. Like on the left side, it goes up to this place called the Yellowstone National Park. It's and under there is like a super volcano.
Yeah.
And people say that apparently it's been erupting since 2017. Like people that go to the national park, there's been like a rise of volcanism all over the earth.
But it hasn't like blown out.
No, it hasn't yet, but apparently it just started wait bro, in between the two dates in 2017, 2024, it's crazy, man. Like the years are crazy. Like the difference between the years. So apparently there's gonna be like some doomsday event with Trump in office, man. That's why you like, bro, that LGBT thing that you showed me just now, just absolutely disgusting. Like, I think the Most High, I really think the Most High is gonna sh- show his wrath on this country, man.
Yeah. So
I'm just gonna
to
keep
add
it a
on what
bean.
you said, someone in the comments said tectonic plate shifting could be tectonic plates and so on. But Tosin, both in Islam, Christianity, and most probably Judaism as well, the three Abrahamic religions, all of them have future predictions, Tosin, that when we are close to the end times, there will be a lot of natural disasters, which we've seen. And what you've just said with the lava and stuff, that's a natural disaster. So
Yeah, man.
everything goes along with each other. I
Bro,
mean,
if you
I
live,
see.
you gotta move out of North America, man. If you live in North, you gotta move out, man. Something crazy is about to happen in a couple years.
I mean, I think it's somewhat of a civil war, Tosin, will definitely happen as they've shown like the people's truth and faith in like the state is just going down, and the lower
Yeah.
it gets, the higher likelihood of people not caring. That's what I noticed, Tosin, during the BLM stuff. What I noticed during BLM is that there are a lot of Americans, Tosin, who don't care about fellow Americans. Like there were even black people going into a black person's store, Tosin, and ruining it.
Oh, like looting it? Yeah, yeah. No
Yeah,
one
yeah, yeah.
cares for
And
what
with
just
that, and that's what I think is gonna
racism.
happen to U.S. Tosin. It's gonna become like GTA, Grand Theft Auto. Everyone's just gonna try to, get as much as possible. And I don't think the police, the military can stop that. And if they try to stop it, Tosin, they will need to use extreme force, which will make the people
Bro,
even more angry. They will need to use more force, and then blah 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 blah.
that's why they say art imitates life. No, that's why they say art imitates life, bro. Like GTA, like it really gonna be looking like GTA or like apocalyptic, like The
Yeah.
Walking Dead.
And
You
the
know, I think
Deadbeat mentions this because I've heard this as well. That like even the scientists, Tosin, NASA and stuff, they're saying like an asteroid is coming down or something is gonna come, Tosin, that's gonna remove electricity.
oh wow.
which
which
would
would uh,
completely fuck up Earth. I mean, internet, electricity, light, water, food, everything.
everywhere would be dark. Everywhere would be dark.
Yeah,
Imagine total darkness. That's probably what it was like to live in the 19th century, or like, you know, before the advent of electricity. Just total
yeah.
darkness. But
I don't
yeah,
know. I think it's interesting living in the cheeky times.
yeah, man. This, bro. These are actually interesting times, bro. I'm waking up in the morning. I'm driving somewhere, like, and I'm listening to Piers Morgan and Nick Fuentes, man. Like, I'm just listening to weird. I'm seeing people say the weirdest things, like, and everyone like is awake to the weirdness of the world. Have you noticed that? Like,
Yeah,
everyone's awake.
yeah.
It just doesn't care anymore. Like, people just don't care. They just move on
Because what
with
happened with
their
Tosin, it
day.
was like a gradual change. And I don't know, maybe during COVID, Tosin. I think COVID, that's where everything changed, Tosin. Like
Yeah,
life
it just
hasn't been the
numbed
same
us.
since COVID.
It hasn't.
Because what COVID did, Tosin, the doubters, Tosin, became believers. Like people before, they were doubting the state, they were doubting the government, doubting the people that rule the world. But after COVID, Tosin, that's I think a lot of people got realization. Oh no, I was right. The Jews run the world, the Zionists run the world, and all they're trying to do is make us weaker, make us more divided, and control us more. Look at the surveillance. Everything's going up. Everything's becoming harder to do. We're losing our freedom rights day by day. And I think it would go to a point where humans, Tosin, will finally give up and say, "Nah, fuck you.
Oh, like a
You're not doing this
revolution?
to us." Yeah.
Nah, no, it's not gonna happen. We're too. It's That's never gonna happen. Everyone's too pussy, bro. Let's just keep it real.
Tosin, that's what I thought as well. But like naturally, we're humans, Tosin. I think there. Do you not think there's a limit of control you can have of an entire human population?
No average person is willing to die over a cause. Life has just gotten
That
too comfortable for the average
that
person.
that's true. That's true. Like
No
people are
one is
not
willing to
connected to
die
death
over a
anymore,
cause.
Tosin. Like
Yeah.
back in the day, Tosin, maybe you had a bunch of siblings that died, during miscarriage or died at a young
Yeah,
age,
like
or someone died in war.
tuberculosis. Yeah, war.
Like you were
Exactly.
connected to death. Now, Tosin, when a person dies, people are crying for years.
Bro, like
People,
I'm not trying to gas up Hitler. I'm not trying to do that on this stream, but
yeah, just,
like
just,
he
it's just-
oh, I can't. Oh,
no,
we
we
can't
don't
say
know.
that
We
name.
don't know. No, no, no. It depends.
Okay.
I mean, no, no, no. Just say what you want. Say what you want.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just saying, like, he was actually that was a man of he was actually a man of war. Like, that was he was like the average man in his day, where like his job was to be a be on the front lines and take information in the middle of bombs, guns. Like, that was the average person's life, man. You look at 50s life, 40s, 30s life. Like, people had to actually, like, fend for themselves and get like high distinctions. He
Yeah.
got like high honors and stuff. Like, you look at the world leaders today, all of them are they're all losers. They're all sissies, man. Like, they couldn't go into war. Like, they couldn't.
100 easily.
None of
I
these
mean, look at my,
none of these world leaders
and
could
that
go
goes
into
for
war.
every single country. It's also every country has, at least in the West, has a clown. Trump clown. They don't have Trudeau anymore, but Trudeau was a huge clown. Sweden, we have a
Clown,
clown.
another clown.
Starmer in the UK, clown. Macron in France, huge clown. Who I don't know the name of the German counselor at the moment. He's a clown as well. Like
It's insane, man.
I'm not a religion person because I always circle back to the quote: Did God create man because he was lonely, or did man create God because he was lonely? I mean,
Did
so
God?
the thing is, Cody, when you look at humanity, especially back in the day, whether they were living in South America or North America or Asia or Europe or Africa, all of them believed in some sort of a God, some sort of a higher power, some sort of a creator. What that does,
Mhm.
it completely removes the belief that God was a thing created by humans to believe in or to control people. Because how does it make sense that every single civilization that lived on Earth believed in some sort of God? So it doesn't make any sense, the argument.
Oh, okay.
Because we in Islam Tosun, we believe in a thing called fitra. What the fitra is, that every baby that gets born into the world, whoever it is, has an inner belief of a creator, because it's a natural belief. And then what's happening in the West is they propaganda that out of you and say, well, those are just stories. Prophets? No. God? What? No. Big Bang. Big Bang. What? Adam and Eve? No. We came from apes. And these people just eat up that gibberish without even, looking at the evidence or anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think from what my studies, well, I don't not my studies, but from what I've like listened to and like read,
Yeah.
um, like it shocked me because when you're actually reading the Old Testament, you learn about like the Elohim, like the Anunnaki, the Nephilim, like, and it's all pretty much just the same thing. So like in Genesis 1, I think it talks about let us make man in our image. When it says let us, it was actually the Elohim. So it was multiple gods. And then in Genesis chapter 2, it says he creates Adam. So that actually happened. What actually happened is they created humans and then they created Adam. That's and the Lord God, the Lord of the gods, created Adam. Elohim is just is plural for multiple gods, whereas like that's why like a bunch of the angels are called Gabriel,
Yeah.
Michael, Uriel, Azizel. Like so, they're all just gods, small gods, but they're angels. Well, angels, gods, Anunnaki, Nephilim, whatever you want to call them, they're just Elohim.
Mm.
And so God created Adam to stunt on the Elohim. He's telling the other guys like, yo, I created. It wasn't like out of loneliness, but it was just I'm gonna create my favorite. You guys create your humans. I'm gonna create Adam, the first man. So I
Yeah.
mean that's basically from the studies that I've seen from like the theological studies. But yeah, I don't think it was because he was lonely.
Yeah. 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 No. So partial of that belief, Tosin, we believe in jinn. We believe that jinn was the first creation on earth. Maybe that's what
Mhm.
you're talking about. Jinn is,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
like
So
the word demon.
it's the same thing. It's all the same. So even Elohim actually does mean quote unquote demon. Because when you go into the Paleo Hebrew, there's like 8 different meanings for
Mm.
one word. That's the thing with abstract languages. There's multiple meanings for one word. But what we
Yeah.
do in English, I think what we do in English or in other um, concrete languages, what we do is we
Like
get all these
translate
multiple
directly.
meanings. No, like we get all these multiple meanings, and then we choose one of the 8 meanings and think which one.
Mm.
Whereas in Paleo Hebrew, what you have to do is you have to take all the meanings and you munch it up together, and then you come with your answer. Like you have to,
Yeah.
so your translation has to account for all 8 meanings essentially. So, but yeah, it's different. It's different with how languages work.
Uh, okay. So we have two stuff to look at. We have the Carrington event. We got to look at here, and then this question from SSB. What do you think of AI robots taking over jobs? I see Elon Musk say that tech will take over, and people go on UBI, but people have high paying UBI and the choice to work or not. Do you know what UBI is?
Universal basic income.
Okay.
So everyone will
No,
just get
look.
like a little check, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All of that is lies. They're telling to the people to make this transition happen more smoothly. What's happening is the rich people with the big companies, you got to think about it like this. In the beginning, they used to use slaves for their labor. Then they switched from slaves to modern slaves because slaves actually costed a lot of money. So now they have their usual, us as humans. You go and work there in the factory. This all of that starts in industrialization. Because what happened? These company owners, it's all about efficiency. They want to make as much money as possible by, yeah, they want to make as high profit as possible. So now that they got AI and robots, it's even better for them They don't have to pay a salary. They don't have to think, oh, if he gets sick, if he gets injured, I got to pay for him. If his wife or she gets pregnant, we have to pay for her maternity leave or whatever it's called. No, they don't. They can just use a robot. So what they're basically telling to us humans is that we don't need you anymore. We've abused you as much as possible. We don't need you anymore. This entire UBI shit is a lie. When you look at the homelessness, when you look at the poverty rates in Western Europe, is growing year by year. So there is no compensations for the humans that are losing their jobs. No, it's just a lie from Elon Musk, obviously,
Have you
and
seen
all
what
of these
happens in? Have you
filthy
seen what happens?
billionaires.
I think I remember seeing a video. It's a small video on Twitter where it talks about China, where if
Yeah,
your social score is below a certain number, you're not considered a member of society anymore.
exactly. And they
Like,
just live on the streets. They can't
yeah,
get home. They can't get a
yeah,
job. They can't get anything.
that's insane. That
And
could
they're
never
gonna
happen. Like
no
at
no
least you
no
gonna
no
get some
just
government assistance in the West. But
no.
I
So
actually rate that. I actually do rate that for China, dude. It's like, you're actually a clown. You have
no,
no sense of discipline with money, your lifestyle, anything. Get the fuck out of here. You're not part of
but
society anymore.
but sometimes, Tosin, you can get that by saying something outlandish. If you go out and say something bad about the president or something, you
Okay,
can
okay,
lose all
that's
of
where it's
that
fucked
power.
up. Okay,
And
yeah, no, that's where
exactly,
it's fucked.
exactly.
Okay, that's
But
where it's
Tosin,
fucked up.
Europe is adding it. It's called the digital ID. Starmer, the UK thingy, he came out recently and said, if you don't get digital ID, you will not be able to work in the UK. Then a lot of people went out and protested against this, so they went a little bit calm. But that's their plan, and the entire European Union want to do the same thing. It's called digital ID. It's gonna have your fingerprint. It's gonna have your facial scan on that digital ID. And if you don't get it, you'll not be able to work. You'll not be able to buy stuff from a grocery store. You'll not be able to do anything. So I think that they're doing the same thing in the West,
Yeah,
narrowing
no,
down
Bill
the
Gates.
people. Oh, you're a
Yeah,
slave?
Bill Gates. Yeah,
Because that's what they saw with the COVID stuff, Joseph. Every single person that took a COVID vaccine, apart from maybe the old ones, they know he's a submissive slave. Oh, we told him to get COVID. Instead of thinking and using his brain, he listened to us like a bitch. Okay, we now know every single person that has taken a COVID is submissive to the Zionistic regime. So they basically chosen what they're doing now is they're being able to see who is submissive for us and who's at least, as you said, an outlaw, and steadily push them out of society, Tosin. Because these are the people that will interrupt, that will make problems, that will create chaos and so on. They want to ban cryptocurrency and they want to add the euro, digital euro, basically removing paper money as well at the same time. Fuck, man. Exactly. No, there's exactly the carbon footprint. I've heard about that. That's fucking crazy. Chosen, imagine they tell you you can't eat meat because you have eaten enough meat, you have burnt enough carbon footprint for this month, or you can't travel. I don't know, one of your family members is having a wedding, Tosin. You can't travel because you've burned too much footprint this year.
yeah, that's
Like,
insane. You've traveled too many miles or whatever. Yeah.
after COVID invasion, I'm much cooked. Honestly, we still don't know how bad the COVID vaccine
Nah,
is
honestly, bro, no,
because
no, you're cooked. You're very cooked.
no, 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 easy, easy. Well,
No.
what I would say is, Giannis, we don't know yet because studies are coming out always out surrounding the COVID injections, whether it's be you or your future kids, because it's been seen that the COVID vaccine. This is something they promised when it came out. They said the COVID vaccine doesn't affect your DNA. And now a lot of research and studies have come out that COVID attaches and changes your DNA, which is extremely
Oh my,
disgusting and filthy
oh
and
my
scary.
goodness.
What
Oh my
this also means,
goodness.
it affects your kids. So, for example, I think in 5 to 10 years, when more people are aware, a woman, the first thing she will be asking a man, it's not what's your job, it's not how much do you make, it's have you taken the COVID vaccine? Because she would want the best and healthiest kids to come out of her. So, I would say if you taking the vaccine, follow the research, follow the stuff that's coming out to see how bad it is. Yeah, I'm just happy I'm safe. um, we'll come to your comments. I just want to see this Carrington event that Deadbeat mentioned before. The Carrington event was the most intense geomagnetic storm in recorded history, peaking on 1 to 2nd of September 1859 during solar cycle 10. It created strong auroral displays that were reported globally and caused sparking, even fires in telegraph stations. The geomagnetic storm was most likely the result of a coronal mass ejection from the sun colliding with Earth's magnetosphere. Gigantic storm was associated with a very bright solar flare on 1st September. Is observed and recorded independently by researchers. A dramatic storm this magnitude occurring today has the potential to cause widespread electronic disruptions, blackouts, and damage to the electric power grid. So it's called a geometric storm. I want to see if they have predicted that it's going to come soon or something. Wait, what? On Tuesday, December 9th, geometric activity increased significantly. The magnetic storm reached a red level with K index of 6.7. This evening by that of the storm was caused by solar coronal mass ejection. It's predicted. Chosen, a high probability of periods of storm G3 intensity is predicted, which could affect people's well-being and operation of electronic devices. So they're predicting this is going to happen.
Wait, what are the dangers? I want to read that. Oh, let me just finish the article.
Sorry, my bad.
Because I've never heard of what this is before.
Yeah, so I've heard before about something that's going to remove electricity and ruin it. Rainstorms are fluctuations in Earth's geometric field caused by solar activity, including solar flares and coronal mass ejection. When charged particles reach Earth and interact with the magnetosphere, cause severe disturbances. Disruption of electronic communication systems, power grids, satellite failures, increased likelihood of cardiovascular and neurological problems in suspect charges and atmospheric pressure, which can cause headache, fatigue, and irritability. Magnetic storms are especially dangerous for people with chronic heart and vascular disease during periods of increased activity. It is recommended to limit physical and emotional stress. Yeah, Tosin, we're cooked, man.
My God is very real, man.
So I'm trying to see like predictions. Is it gonna happen soon?
Let me see what the chat is saying, actually. Yo, they tell you to switch to football, bro. Yo, it's been a while since we talked about non-football stuff, man.
True. Forecast strong geometric storm for Tuesday. What to expect, Tosin? Wait, today?
Yeah, that's. I mean, I didn't sense anything different physically.
Valid from 9th of December. Yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot of reports are talking about now. Okay, so effects, limited minor effects to some technological infrastructure possible, but usually mitigatable. The Orona may be okay. So this one was weak, Tosin. All right. On generates and everything. Yeah, or you just become used to living without electricity. How humans have lived for, I don't know. They say humans have lived for 10K years. So basically 10K years. For as long as humans have lived. There was, so this was, I think, L'Equipe Tosin's predicted lineup just came out. And as you can see, it's different. So they got Nuno Mendes starting. And they got Kangi Lee starting as the false nine.
Yeah, it makes sense. No, Nuno was not starting. Nuno's out. Isn't he out?
He's in this. No, he's in the squad. Him and Dua's
I know
back.
he's in the squad. But didn't Lucho say in the presser that he's out? Someone correct us in the chat if that's. If not, yeah, I mean, if he's available, just he might as well just start him.
Oh, here, yeah. We're going to do as usual. Every time there's an injured player, we look for a solution. Many players can play on the left. Mayulo, Pacho, Zara, Emre. With the mentality, everyone can play as a fullback. Yeah. But Kangi Lee, false nine. Could happen. Oof. Your midfield. I would love Maza. I don't know if Maza is a profile we need though. Like I would love to have a player like Maza,
Nah,
talent.
he kind of is.
Wow.
He kind of is. He does fit the profile.
Yeah, now that he shows he can play as a box to box as well, recently for Leverkusen, it
Yeah.
could be good. Yeah, no, it would be something we've never seen before. Do you think Mbappe's winning UCL before this doomsday? Nah, even without it, even
Potentially.
if we live for 100 years, Mbappe's not going to win the UCL.
Mbappe invested in underground bunkers, for that event. Probably wants to win. Well, he probably wants to win that Champions League, maybe get a second World Cup. I think he'll be fine with that.
Yeah.
No, but that biometric ID system thing that you were talking about, like, that's what Bill Gates has been funding. Like that was the rumor on him, like during the whole COVID era. Like, he's
What
trying
was
to
it?
fund a biometric ID system, just tied to like digital payment infrastructure, so they can track, they can catalog, control your transactions, see what you're doing as a citizen.
Yeah.
There's even that technology. Technology is crazy, man. There's even technology that, like, have you watched the Minority Report with Tom Cruise?
No.
Okay, but okay, so the synopsis of the show of the movie is that the government can read your mind. If you're gonna commit a crime, they could find out
Prevent it
before
before.
time. Prevent it before its occurrence.
Yeah,
Just by reading
That's
your
what
mind.
Palantir. That's what Palantir, that
Yeah, that's
Jewish
what
Israeli
Peter
company
Thiel.
works on. They stop on
Yeah, Peter
preventing
Thiel.
crimes before they happen.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. Like everything that comes out in a movie is actually just real life, and it's all high
That's the thing,
tech shit.
because who runs Hollywood is the Zionist Jews, Tosin. So they're not showing us movies, Tosin. They're projecting the future so that when it actually happens,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
more calm to it.
yeah.
It's like the Super League, Tosin, with the Champions League. They steadily change their formats,
They're
and when
still
the
trying to
Super League
condition
eventually
us to it.
happens,
Yeah,
you're there. It's a way easier transition.
when before the Roman civilization fell, like in their last days, there was just like a lot of sporting events, like a lot of gladiator fights, a lot, like there was just a lot of quote unquote distractions. Like, have you
Yeah.
noticed that with like football today? Like, there's just so much football. There's so much basketball. There's just so much to consume
Like they
in
really want
sports.
to like fill up all of your time as much as possible.
Yeah, like players are playing every 3 days. G, like I don't think it wasn't like that in the '90s, the '80s. I don't think it was like that. I don't think footballers were playing every 3 days.
No, no, no. Absolutely no. And it's not just football, it's legit everything. Isn't like even like music, Tosin? Isn't it like more than ever? Even though music has taken like a hit, Tosin, or at least rap music. I saw music about like rap's death. Like for the first time since like the 70s, there isn't a rap song in the top 30 Billboard or
Oh,
something.
like in yeah, I mean, because country kind of rules the day. I guess that's like the
No,
preeminent
but
genre right now.
like yeah, but the only rappers that have been in the top 40 recently is old ones like Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and other ones. Like there's no new upcoming rapper. There hasn't been one
Yeah, because the thing is,
like Megan
once
Gun Kelly. Like he was
yeah,
the last good upcoming rapper, I think,
the
and then he
same thing.
just
The thing,
fucking cooked
you
himself.
know, oddly enough, the same things happen in the NBA where it's just too much. There's just too much consumption from different demographics, so it's kind of like poisoned the originality, of the art form. Whether that's like a basketball, like with basketball, like there were kids from the inner city, you know, making it to the NBA. Same thing in hip hop. It's kids from the inner city getting a record deal. Now it's just they're just industry plants. I think the same thing's kind of happened in football, bro. Like it's just hella industry plants. People raised. Have you seen the movie Him? Have you seen that movie?
Yeah,
Or
I've watched my documentary.
no, it's not a documentary. It's just called Him.
No, no, I said my documentary,
Oh,
but
okay. You're making a joke. All right.
no, no, I've not seen it. No, no.
Yeah, but it's just a. I think it's a movie that kind of just lets you know like the implications of the entertainment industry, especially in the sports sphere. There are kids that are brought up in a certain programming to be the guy, to be the goat. And you know what the goat is? The goat is it's like a reference. People say the goat too much. It's kind of to get becoming like uncomfortable with how much people say goat too much. Because it's also like you're like alluding to the Baphomet, right? You're alluding to crazy
True.
things. So where you're just like, oh, he's the goat. Like it's become so popular in
To use that term, like before,
people's
the
day
only
to day
time you
speech.
said
Yes,
goat is like the animal goat.
the animal. Yeah, I'm about to drink some goat milk, or
Yeah, that's the only time you would have said
eat
it.
some goat milk. Yeah,
And also here goes along with you said. Now the quantity is prioritized over quality because of money, but it's not working very long term.
yeah. Like it's the product is the quality is definitely dropped because players are human at the end of the day. You can't expect their best level every 72 hours. You know?
Rags to riches story has declined. Days of Iverson and guys from the hood is dead. Only Anthony Edwards is left who came from that upbringing.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then you had
that's
like
so
Ja
true.
who
Like you don't
tried
see
to
that.
act like he was one of them when he was an industry plant as well. He went like to a
That goes
private
back to what
school
I
and
was saying
everything.
about. That goes back to what I was saying about Adolf. Like this is a world leader that came from nothing to become the top, to become
Yeah,
the world's biggest
even if you look
figure.
at current world
Like
leaders,
from
Tosin,
nothing. No one's come
like
from
Trump,
nothing. They all
just
come
a,
from
a
yeah,
billionaire from a
just a
rich
rich
dad.
kid.
Like the only one maybe at current time, Tosin, you got to look more east. Putin worked his way up in KJB, worked his way up as the vice president or like parliamentary or something. Xi Jinping, his dad, I think, was his mother was killed by like the Chinese operatists and so on, and he had to work his way up until becoming the president of the country. But here in the West, Tosin, it's just billionaires, oligarchs, filth. I mean,
Industry
Elon Musk,
plants.
Tosin. Elon Musk is working in the U.S. government, even though he's never worked in a day
Not
of
even
his
American.
life to work for that. He's just a rich, powerful person, and they give him power.
Yeah,
They're not even trying to hide it anymore. It's not the people deciding; it's us. But people still believe in
yeah. No, he's a
democracy. Like
plant.
democracy. Okay, I would like to answer this because I think a lot of people would be intrigued about it. So music, from maybe it's my interpretation or our interpretation from what I've been learned and so on, music is haram because they say that the devil uses music to manipulate you to do something. Like music is used as a manipulation tool, which it is. That's why in war people use music. People used to use drums before because it made people scared. So
Yeah,
music has always been a
yeah,
manipulation tool. So God just says stay away from that. Then obviously you can go into more detail. Majority of the music now is filled with anti-Islamic stuff like sex outside of marriage, drugs, alcohol, and all of that. So you already remove 90% of existing music, 100%. And then, as I said, music is used as a manipulation tool, and that's why we discourage music in Islam. So some people have made it into a controversial thing when it's quite clear from Islam's point of view. It just now Islam is becoming a little bit Christianity in the sense that Islam is getting watered down. A lot of people are saying their own opinion. A lot of people are making up stuff, and a lot of people are trying to modernize Islam when that doesn't make sense. You either like believe in Islam. If you believe Islam is outdated, just leave Islam. It's that's it. You don't have to believe. Nobody has forced you to be a Muslim.
Yeah, no. Even from coming from a secular point of view, music it just it's there to it's there to elevate or even fuck up your mood sometimes, man.
Yeah, and say it darkens your soul. It's like if you do a lot of bad stuff, that will darken your soul. It will darken your heart. Same thing with music and all the other stuff, basically.
Yeah, when you're talking about when we're talking about like even in ancient Egypt, for example, like when you're talking about a musician in the Egyptian royal court, the musician was akin to the magician. A musician was a magician, you know, because
Yeah,
music and magic go hand in hand. Even the very word music comes from the word muse. So a muse is like that's a spiritual concept going back to um like ancient Greece. It was a
yeah,
spirit that inspires you. Now the word inspire, the spire in you know inspire, like it's the root word of spirit in Latin. So the practice of making music is actually a spiritual practice. You know,
yeah,
I think in First Samuel, when you go to the Bible, look at First Samuel. King Saul, he needed David to play his harp. Because Saul had a foul spirit. He was a fucked up dude. So he needed
yeah,
he needed David, the future king of Israel. He needed him to pull up, play that harp, soothe the spirit, soothe my soul. Like, so there's just what's it called? Like, the body's like 80% water, right? You come from, you come from the earth, and sound affects nature essentially, you know.
yeah,
So as it says, thy will. There's a parallel in nature that you find in man essentially. So sound affects nature. Like the roar of a lion does something to the rest of the animals in the jungle, bro. You know, that's
true.
it's not music, but like the roar of a lion does, like, it's like, oh shit, or like the
Yeah,
bass of like a powerful, like
true.
like this.
It's like some small animals also. They have a very loud voice to scare off bigger animals because they know that
Yeah.
like the manipulated effects of audio.
Of all that, exactly. An audio is powerful, man. So having music in you is it's like a spiritual psychic energy power where your mind is manipulating the natural world, you know like the cat, like, bro, do you know guitar strings used to be made of like cat guts, like the guts of a cat, you know
Okay.
and the spiritual significance of a cat, like
Yeah.
my mom fucking hates cats, bro. Growing up, my mom used to think cats are the devil because like the way they look at shit. Like, the spiritual significance of cats, used during Halloween, witches, all that. But yeah, like you said, bro, music, magic, that shit goes hand in hand. not all music is prohibited. And is there any ambient music that has no lyrics, bro? Even that
Yeah,
soothes, like it
yeah,
can,
no, no.
like
And
even
our
that.
response, yeah, I told him our the issue we have is secondary is the lyrics. The main issue is the musical instruments because that's what we believe leads to the manipulation.
It's like, yeah, nah, dude, I do listen to a lot of music. Like I can be honest about that. But yeah, it is very spiritual. Like people don't want to admit that. They just want to. People act like music doesn't gas you up to go do a shooting or something or commit murder. Like it can influence you to do a lot of shit, man. People are not honest about that.
They also, by the way, if you're gonna go to a World Cup game,
Probably not, man. It's just not fiscally responsible in my situation. Are there like Muslim songs,
what do you mean?
like songs like Islamic songs, essentially?
I mean, we believe. I gotta get this right now.
Oh yeah, you don't want to. That's not the info.
No, because I'm unsure myself. I don't even know if singing is prohibited. No, 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 no. It's not. It's not. It's not. So no, you can. So a halal song would be just someone singing, and then the message has to be either neutral or positive. The grass is green, the sky is blue. Allah, I love you. There you go. That's an Islamic song, Tosin.
But don't you like have those songs like where it almost sounds like very rhythmic, very like I've heard like songs in Arabic and stuff, and it sounds like
Yeah,
very.
like when they, because like when they sing, they use their throat in a good way.
I don't know. I don't know how they if they're using how they use their throat, but it just I don't want to mimic it, but it just sounds very like it sounds very charming, like like the snake charmer and shit, where
Mm-mm-mm.
like the snake little
Okay.
comes out. Yeah, yeah. It just those kind of records. That was kind of like the thing in hip hop, like in the early 2000s. Um, that was like the sound people were going for, that little Middle Eastern Indian sound, like
Yeah.
in the music.
Have you heard this? Sing.
Sing, Singh.
Is it called? No, Sting. Sting. Sting.
Oh, Sting. Yeah, yeah. I'm familiar with Sting.
So have you heard his song with the Algerian? It's called Desert Rose.
No, no.
I think that goes along with what you were saying. Like that indie. Wait, I'm a. Hopefully this doesn't get copyrighted.
World Cup
One
in the
hundred
U.S.
percent.
is bound to be.
Like
Honestly, bro,
the
the
World Cup
last
in the
time the World
US
Cup,
could be the end time. This could be the end time. Like
it could be.
perfect
Yeah,
moment
it
for it.
genuinely could be. Um, in '94, the last time the World Cup was in the U.S., I don't even think people gave a fuck. Like in '94, I'm not okay. I wasn't born in '94, but when you watch the documentaries, like there's an ESPN 30 for 30 on the year 1994, and they were focused on OJ. They were focused on the OJ Simpson case, all that summer, bro. Nobody
Mm.
in the U.S. No one gave a fuck about the World Cup going on.
But now,
Now,
okay,
I don't know. Like something might usurp the World Cup. You never know. And the thing is, there's already hundreds of millions of people here. So
okay, wait, Tosin, listen to this like rhythm and beat. Is this what you're talking about? Because like he was a famous, I think he's
okay,
American, and he had an Algerian with him to get that.
he's British. He's British. I don't think he's American, but yeah,
British.
yeah.
So he brings that calm, and he's Algerian.
Yeah, like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like it started getting co-opted by hip hop in the early 2000s. Dr. Dre,
yeah,
DJ Quick, even Pharrell kind of used an Arabic sample for the recent Clips album, the Let God Sort 'Em Out. I think the record's called So Be It, So Be It. So yeah, I mean that influence is there. But yeah, man, World Cup, it's gonna be fuck, bro. Look at the Club World Cup. It was a fun tournament from my perspective, but the average the casual football fan did not fuck with that shit because the games had a very preseason feel. It had a very
yeah.
yeah,
And
it
it's
had the feel of a
clubs.
preseason game. Yeah,
Like you don't have a natural allegiance to a club, Tosin, but you have a natural allegiance to a country. So whether you like football or not, if your home nation is playing Tosin, you're somewhat indirectly tied to that game. And now they've added even more nations, Tosin. So ever this is easily going to be the biggest World Cup ever. Is it going to be the best football one? Let's see. I don't think so. But it's gonna the 2026 World Cup is gonna be the biggest thing ever, Tosin. Let's say that. It's gonna be bigger than the moon landing. It's gonna be bigger than I don't know, Michael Jackson dying. Like it's gonna be bigger than 9/11. It's gonna be bigger than anything that's happened. And they're gonna put everything they want there. LGBTQ, all the filth. Every single filthy thing.
bro. The fact that they're making like that's aggression. That's a microaggression. Doing this LGBT pride thing with two, Muslim countries. Like, how do you?
Yeah.
That's aggression.
Yeah, no, Shab Khalid is he's him, man. He knows. So Psych, the one you just sent me. So this is how can I say it's I guess a discussion thing in Islam when it comes to non so it's what is it called, like PC instruments, I guess, from like an editing music app. There is a discussion thing in Islam about that. Why? Because it didn't exist back then. So it's not like the Prophet could have said, yeah. But I would probably say the most logical thing is that instruments on an app is just the same as like online instruments is instruments at the end of the day. So no. Think about it simple. It's just the singing that's allowed. Any kind of instrument is now. Uh wait, was it a question or something? Was something I wanted to add? Is it here?
Yeah, man. The World Cup's about to be dog shit. But yeah, if Portugal win it, you know, I mean, good for Ronaldo. I'll be happy for the PSG players, but Ronaldo really. I'm sure Ronaldo, bro. Players are doing everything. People, people need to stop pretending like players don't, um, you know, what's it called? They don't have these like spiritual practices. They don't do these like unorthodox, um, you know, rituals and stuff. Because I'm looking at Ronald Araujo. This man going to Izzy Nation, IS double hockey sticks, RAE double hockey sticks, or HE Isra HE double L. That's where he's going to for his mental. Ronald Araujo. I'm seeing Neymar consult witch doctors for his knee. I'm seeing, I'm just seeing all types. I'm seeing Ronaldo chilling with Trump. Like I'm just seeing all types of weirdness, and we just act like this shit normal,
Yeah.
bro. Like Araujo is like going to the Kabbalah. He looking for that Jewish mysticism to save his career. He
Yeah.
looking for that Jewish magic to save his career. That went to Izzy Nation. Like
No, I was massively surprised, man. Came out of nowhere.
this shit crazy, bro.
Tusun, you know about the temple stuff, right? The old temple and temple in the old Jewish temple. They got what the Babylonians ruined it first, then the Romans, and now they want to build it up again, Tosin. Why? Because that way their Messiah, their Moshiach will come, and we Christians and Muslims we believe that the Antichrist, the Jah will come. This was
Yeah.
at the Arab Cup, Tosin. This was the Arab Cup opening ceremony, and they were doing this. So as you can see, it's a lot of, how can I say, Bedouin built people. And look at this, Tosin. They build a temple. You see this? This is a temple, Tosin. You see how it's getting built? You see how it's getting built?
Oh, the light.
So what they say this ceremony was supposed to represent Arabs coming together and building a temple, Tosin. We have never done that before. Arabs don't build temples, and it's not even an Islamic thing or something. Just Arabs, Tosin. Like building houses is different in every place. Arabs don't build temples, Tosin. We've never built one. What happens in the ceremony, Tosin? A bad man comes. Him, he's a famous celebrity, I think. He comes, and as you can see, everything becomes red, Tosin, because it crumbles. You see, the temple crumbles, Tosin. And then what happens in the end? They fight together and build the temple back up again, Tosin. When I saw this, I was like, yeah, we're for sure living in the end times, man. Because Arabs don't build a temple. It's like what we said about movies, Tosin. They put a projection in your head. They're putting a
Yeah.
projection. A temple
Yeah.
is going to be built soon. And look at how the temple is built as well. Like this looks like the top of the Jewish temple, especially with these as well. So yeah, they're putting satanic stuff in the Arab Cup. Uh, yeah, I was really
Wow.
scared when I saw this.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
opening
Arab.
ceremonies, there's so many hidden messages, or overt. Now these days, before it used to be like hidden. Now it's just
Yeah, yeah.
overt.
Now it's. I said this to my friend Tosin. It feels like towards the end of a movie, the evil person comes out and says all of his plans. Like when he has the hero, he's like, "I'm gonna do this. This is how I'm gonna rule the world," and then he gets killed or something. That's what it feels like the Jews are doing now, Tosin. They're like, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I will show that I run the world. For example, Tosin, Israel, for two reasons, people want them to be boycotted from Eurovision. The first thing is obviously everything Israel has done. The second thing, Tosin, Israel has been cheating with the votes. That's why they've gotten so many high ranking places. So a lot of nations put a lot of pressure on Eurovision to not have them part of it. What happened? Eurovision kept Israel in the tournament, and now nations are leaving. I think Spain left, Ireland left, maybe someone else left
Wait,
because
what
Israel are in
Eurovision
the
is that?
competition.
Is that like a
Music.
music thing? Okay.
It's like a Got Talent, but just musicians.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Like every single
America's
nation, you
Got
get
Talent.
points. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, okay.
And a
Uh,
lot of nations wanted them. They stayed despite all of the immense pressure. Just like in football, Tosin, a lot of nations and players wanted
still
Israel
want
to be
Israel
boycotted
active.
from the World Cup, but FIFA
Yeah.
couldn't care less. So everything I'm seeing, Tosin, now, as you said, they're being just open about it, Tosin. OPEC, for example, Tosin, you can now go online and see that 99% of all American parliament members are being paid by Israel directly. You can go and see this. You click two tabs and you can see that basically all the American parliaments are bought in by Israel. But we haven't started the revolution yet, Tosin.
It's insane.
That has to be a Roman thing. They used to do the Pax things. Pax Judea refers to concepts of future Middle East era dominated by Israel, often discussed in Islamic end times context within Islamic and Christian thought, constructing from Pax Romana and Pax Americana, and also appears as the title of books exploring these themes of peace, conflict, and Jewish-Muslim relations to political setting. Interesting question here. What's your favorite movie, Tosin and Mo?
Um, don't really. I'm not. I don't consider myself like a movie head, to be honest. I haven't watched a
Yeah.
movie in years. Well, actually, no. I actually watched him. Him is the last movie I watched. Okay. Um, I don't have a favorite movie. I can't answer that. There's just so many good ones. But I think the best, pound for pound, the most entertaining movie of all time is The Godfather 2. But you need to watch The Godfather 1 for context. So, yeah, The Godfather 2, I think, is pound for pound the most entertaining movie ever. And it was made in 1974, I think. Yeah. Or
Yeah.
Goodfellas. Like, yeah, the mob movies are just really good. Goodfellas is another one. That's a very entertaining movie.
Yeah. No, I
One of
remember
those
Tosin. A
three.
lot of people said like you
One of
should
those.
watch Godfather, and I was like, what's this hype? I watched it again. Like old movies, Tosin used to be like movie. Everything just used to be good. Obviously, this is on purpose from the people, but like everything used to be better, Tosin. Games used to be better, and I think it's all on purpose, Tosin. How can everything
Yeah.
music is never be worse? Gaming have never been. I know you don't play games, Tosin, but like gaming is at an all-time low. Like nobody's playing games anymore. At least the former popular ones. Music, football. We always talk about it becoming worse.
That's
What
so true.
movie? Yeah, no, I agree with Tosin's Godfather and Godfellas. I like any movie Jason Statham or Denzel Washington is in. So that's my recommendation. Just search for their names on IMD,
Did you see?
IMDb
Did you
or
see
something.
that? Did you see that video where they were asking footballers, which movie star would you get to play you? And I think Julian Alvarez said like Tom Holland, like the Spider-Man guy. Okay, that makes sense.
Mm, mm,
And
mm,
then
mm.
Sabazlai said Will Smith. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Narcissism, man. Who would play you?
Who would play me in a movie?
I'll probably say James Kearney, the mask. What's he called?
Warren
Jim Kearney,
Zayami?
Warren. No, no,
Oh, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. Yeah, yeah. No, because he's crazy and he doesn't like to hang around with other rich people. So that would probably that's a similar one to me.
Nah, yeah, Jim Carrey's just naturally funny and a great performer and a great content
Yeah.
creator. Wow. Oh shit. Yeah, that's not bad, man. It's not bad.
Yeah, no, I would take him.
Uh, Shit. Who would I say? I would say I'll go classic. I'll go Sidney Poitier, man. I'll go
Again,
Sidney Poitier,
Sydney
the legend.
Poitier.
Sidney Poitier, Denzel before Denzel, the OG.
Okay. Well, okay, I haven't watched that old movies. Um, no, feeling good, man. I mean, we've been talking a lot of non-football stuff for the past like hour, but I don't know. Now, as I've said, I just want to finish off 2025. Like, there isn't that much to play for, apart from maybe Intercontinental
Yeah.
Final and that much excitement. Obviously, no
Like if
Dembele
you had to,
tomorrow.
yeah, if you had to do a top five players, like if when we're probably gonna do that, right? Like it's probably for me, it's probably just gonna be the three starting midfielders, Nuno and Kvaratskhelia if he fixes
Feature.
up a little bit from now
Hopefully,
to the yeah,
Barcola,
like
cheeky game as well. And then off the bench. And buy it off the bench, do it off the bench. But yeah. The-
yeah.
Yeah, why is everything becoming worse on purpose though? I think Christian, this is my opinion. I haven't heard this from anyone. I think everything is becoming worse on purpose. It makes everyone's happiness go down, and the less happy you are, the more depressed you are, the weaker you are, and the easier you are to control. So that's why I believe everything on purpose is getting worse at the same time. because then everybody becomes sad at this. You can see a lot of people, they put out a tweet or something. Why does life feel so empty? Why is everything not as good as it used to be? So these are people that have clearly gotten depressed from all the materialistic stuff around them getting worse, which means they're easier prey for the people that rule the world to control. Yeah, because when you look at gaming, think about if you are a person controlling the world, wouldn't you want to control gaming, where a lot of the gamers are young people? GTA, you can teach them about crimes and stuff, and Call of Duty killing people and all of this. So, no, I definitely think the people in control have their fingers and hands in gaming, in music, in food. They have it in every single thing. Every single thing is affected by them. Oh, GTA 6, Tosin. That's another good thing KBD from the Motherlands brings up here, Tosin. We're talking about the World Cup 2026 and everything. GTA 6, Tosin. I think it's not the game, Tosin.
I don't know.
It,
I don't know
I think
shit.
people will live
I
in
don't know
GTA
shit about
6.
that.
Yeah, but okay,
Oh
Tosin.
wow.
So
So it's like it'll be like a virtual reality for people.
yeah, so like simply GTA Tosin hasn't come out since 2013, I think. That's when GTA 5 came out. So there's been a lot of hype and excitement for it. And they're gonna, as you said, build it into a virtual world or something. Like I've heard people say like you can make money from GTA 6. Like where you can transfer your money into virtual coins. You can buy real estate in GTA. Like they will do filthy stuff. It will become more than a game. It will become a life for a lot of people, I think, which is very scary.
Oh man.
I feel we're starting to become a well-oiled machine. The real dynasties move this way. The beginning of the season is too much important, but when it's crunch time, we move different. Exactly, exactly, and that's exactly how I feel. I mean, we'll have Hakimi back, we'll have Due fully back, we'll have Dembele fully back, we'll have Nuno fully back. We might sign 1 to 2 players in January. You don't want to play us in 2026. Destroy the world. Everything is
Yeah,
about
no, if
money. True
we
value is gone. True. Yeah.
yeah, no, I think the start of the year, if we start 2026 like we did 2025, it's over. It's genuinely over.
Yeah, let me bring it up here. So this is how it looks like. Our start in 2026. Start off with Paris FC, Tosin at the
Okay,
back.
I'll be back.
Our, I
I'll be
think
back.
it's the, yeah, 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 yeah. All right, I can answer this. Alexander comment right here. Wouldn't it be the opposite? For example, they would make everyone feel happy regarding video games, entertainment, etc., which makes them distracted. That would be easy to control people. Alexander, you are 100% right, but they've already done that. The happiness period came from like the 70s until 2000s. That's when they just filled you with so much dopamine, with so much happiness. Everything is good, everything is great. But then they had already programmed and propaganded you enough to a point where they don't have to make you happy anymore to make huge changes, if you get what I mean. So I agree with you, Alexander, but they've already done that. Now we are in part two, where it's all about the opposite. But good point there. Good point there. Exactly. Yeah, I mean that's what differs humans from animals, and that's they've basically removed every single distinction between a human and an animal to a certain point where they can tell you open in the eyes and say scientifically you came from an animal. When they can somehow propaganda you to believe that humans came from animals, I mean they can make you believe in anything, bro. Do you can have so many problems in life, but when you play football and mental fresher, that's all you need. And that goes to the point in people say what makes a person happy, what's a good life, what's a great life, what's a happy life. And a good life is being able to enjoy life. It's that simple. It's not about how much money you have. It's not even about building a family and kids, even though that's like priority number one for having a great life, but it's about enjoying life. And I think people are not enjoying life. Most people, especially in the Western Hemisphere, they're just living life. They're waking up, they're sleeping. They're waking up, they're sleeping. They're not enjoying life. People back in the day, maybe they didn't have clean water, maybe they didn't have great food, but they enjoyed life. you can even go for like maybe in some regions in sub-Saharan Africa where they don't have the best materialistic stuff, or even in Southeast Asia or something. Those people enjoy their life more than someone that has a lot of money and that has a lot of women and that has a lot of power and that has a great house and a great car. So yeah, I mean, as you said, playing football, that's you enjoying something non-materialistic as well. Popular enough, turn it into propaganda machine once it has the built audience. Yeah, I mean, you can basically make the example of like YouTube and other services. They gave you YouTube for free, but as soon as you became addicted to YouTube, they started putting advertisement. They started by one per video, then it's two unskippable ads. They do that with everything. They do that with games as well. You play a game, it's so much fun, and then suddenly you got to pay for it. But you're already stuck for the game. So you're like, I might as well pay.
Bro, I hate that I pay for YouTube Premium. I hate that. You know, they got me. They fucking got me. I'll
They
never
got
pay
you.
for that shit. They got me, bro.
But yeah, yeah, even YouTubers, you could say to some extent, it's always the same cycle. It's you get money, and then you become addicted to the money, and then you want more money, even though maybe you have to be immoral to make that money. Um,
You think would you sell your soul for PSG and
no,
to be bigger?
no, no. I'm important than PSG. I'm more important than PSG. I'm more important in my life than all money in the world, than everyone else in the world in my life. So I wouldn't trade my soul for that, especially when I believe in God and eternal potential eternal life in paradise.
Do you think
How do I enjoy?
YouTubers sell their soul?
100%. I'm, I mean, I think it's easier to say the biggest like influencers when you go for like I've watched videos about it, Chosen. Kai Sinat, Speed, those famous Twitch streamers, Chosen.
Yeah, yeah,
They all work
yeah.
at they all work at for one company, which is owned by you guess what. So yeah, no, they sold their
Oh,
soul.
okay.
And they're industry plants. It's basically impossible, Tosin, to have that kind of growth. I've
Yeah,
been
I just
doing
see their
YouTube for a
clips
while. A
here
lot of
and
people have
there.
done. Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know what like who like owns them or anything, but that's why you always see their clips, propagated all over social media.
yeah.
Like,
That's who they want out.
ev-
That's who they want to be famous. Andrew Tate, the world elite wanted Andrew Tate to be famous because I mean, because Tosin, I believe the red pill is the opposite of feminism. Feminism was used to corrupt women, and red pill was used to corrupt men. Instead of telling a man to build a family, Tosin, and have a wife, they tell him to fuck around and make money.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exactly what
Um,
feminism said. Feminism said, fuck family, fuck kids, go be a strong, independent woman, and go work for another man that
no,
doesn't care about
feminism
you.
came in waves, though, right? Feminism came in waves. There was first wave feminism, which was
Yeah,
about voting, all that. Then there was second wave. Then there was third wave, where it's about sexual liberation and all that shit.
yeah.
So,
No, I'm against all waves.
and then red
Against
pill
all
was
waves.
just red pill is just that's just philosophy to just appeal to cast it not getting no play.
What do they call them? Homers? Homers?
No, no, no.
No.
Just they what do they call red pill people or red pill
No, I
followers? Is
was gonna
that
say who they direct. Yeah. What does Homer mean? Isn't that something like that? Like a man.
I know Homer Simpson. I don't know.
Wait, Homer meaning? No, no. I think I'm wrong. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-mm. And so this question
But
from
yeah, like
Joseph:
you
How
said,
do
I
I?
think I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
you were right though about the Andrew Tate thing because I didn't know who he was until he popped up on social media. But what he did is he just made it interesting. He uses social media is so powerful, man. You know, because it just gives
Yep.
you instant dopamine. Everyone just is always going on their phones, and when you see a guy who portrays a life, that he probably wasn't living, at the start of it, but ended up getting
Yeah.
to that level while being backed. I mean, it goes to show, like we can be what's it called? We could be, you know, seduced by anything.
Yeah, and they call it like that's he was manufactured opposition. The guy that you said you listened to today, I also think he's that Fuente, Jack Fuente.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he's
I didn't know much
manufactured
about him. I had to
opposition.
watch. Yeah, I didn't know much about him because I had to listen to that Pierce thing. It's like
Mm,
the
mm,
biggest
mm, mm.
video on YouTube right now, bro. It had like 3 million views
Wow.
in under a day. Yeah, or 2 million views in under a day. It's huge video making the rounds right now, and I just listened to it this morning. It was just really funny, man. Like,
No, it was insane. It was insane.
yeah, no, it was really entertaining too. Yeah.
Just to answer this question here from Joseph. I mean, Joseph, I would say look at the small stuff. Look at the small details. I think, TikTok, short format, all the attention span, it has removed the beautiful details out of life. We only look at the big stuff. When it's my birthday? When do I graduate? When do I do that? We look at the destination rather than journey. And that's what life is about. If you don't enjoy the journey, the destination is not going to be worth it. So, and I think a lot of people are taking the journey for granted. They're like, oh, I don't care that I don't like my life and my situation. As long as I get this money at the end of this month, I'm happy. So they're compensating, I guess, enjoyment of life and living as a human for money and that. So I would say try to look at the small details and yeah, make the necessary change in life to be less obedient to materialistic stuff and just fuck
How do you?
greatest thing they did. Yeah, no, I have a great quote, Delvio, right here. If you go to feminists and tell them I want to retire my parents, they will look you in the eye and say you are a beautiful man. So instead of your mom and dad going out and work, you want to retire them. You are a beautiful son, beautiful man. But if you go to the same feminists and tell them, you see, this is my wife right here, I want to retire her. So she doesn't have to wake up early in the morning. She doesn't have to come home tired from work. She doesn't have to go to work. Then they call you an oppressor.
But
Retiring your
see,
parents, you're
I
retiring
know,
your
but
sisters, your siblings, not oppressed. Retiring your
but see,
wife, you're suddenly a dictator.
but Ant Man, like, you gotta understand what the economy has done to the average man, to the average Western man. You can't afford for your girl to just be at the crib, idle
Okay, Trishan.
mind, social media. She on Shade Room. She on
Okay,
IG. She just, bro, she doing all types of fuckery. Like, you can't just, she gotta go get a job. Bitch, get a
so
job, bro.
no,
Bitch, get a job. Like, you can't
the
be at the crib,
economical
bro.
thing. I've heard the
Now, see,
economical thing, Joseph, that it's
now
much
if this
harder
was
now.
like the 50s or the 40s, if this was the 50s or the 40s, perfect. You could work a fucking job at a warehouse and you can get a mortgage, which is unheard of. You know, that's perfect. Women aren't in the workforce, so everything would be cheaper by half. Generally,
Yeah,
everything would literally be cheaper by
Joseph,
half. If women were not
unemployment
in the
rate
workforce,
didn't exist. Unemployment rate didn't exist back in the day because jobs existed everywhere.
no, but that would be cool if they actually said, women out of the, and I think women would actually fuck with that. Actually, not maybe not all because the independent woman gimmick, but I think deep down a lot of women don't really want to work. No one really wants to work.
Women have never
It'd be
wanted to
cool if they
work.
did that.
They've just been propaganda
They just
into the
want to be
media.
men. They just always want to be men. And that's just really what it is. So they see
Mm-mm.
men
So
work, they want to work. So that's just all that is. Like,
yeah, so my answer to that is I 100% agree. It's much tougher living as a one household payment or whatever it's called, but I'm ready to take the necessary challenges to make that happen because I absolutely do not want my woman working. I mean, that's something I give to a woman because when you're gonna marry, it's basically negotiation, and I want to look at my wife in her eyes and tell her, "No, I will take care of that. I will take care of that as a great husband." Because I feel
yeah,
like
and that's some boss shit.
if I can't do that, how will she see me as a obviously just because it's about
But she
giving and
has to be
taking.
but she has to be the perfect woman. Like she has to actually which is very rare. You know,
No,
that's like 1 in 100,000.
I mean what I usually say, Tosin, if I exist, then my women must exist.
Yeah, and God will bring that to you. You know, that's what you pray
Just
for.
just gotta have faith. Just gotta have faith and hope for the best. But Tosin, one of I think in Islam, the third greatest man to walk on earth, Jesus, he never married. So yeah, who knows? Children, Hollywood, looked up, they have expectations, standards. Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah,
just a
it
mature
messes up
person.
their mind. Yeah, it messes up their mind. Like when you
Giving
see
women the wrong
athletes.
views.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Read the comment.
yeah. Because Tosin, have you seen the pictures of like if women weren't able to vote, how
No, I
different the
haven't. I
world
haven't.
would have been? Let me show you. America, what is it called, Chosen? Like America voting map? Okay, voting map. Okay, okay. Um, okay, Chosen. What is this picture? This is the U.S. Map voting, Democrats, Republican, and so on. I think this is the most recent one. Has to be. And then Chosen, this is oh okay. So I'm okay. This is 2018, Chosen, but this is 2018. If
Hmm.
only men voted. Because men are and we can do the same. If I find one only women, yeah, here. Okay, this is 2016, but here is only women chosen. What this clearly shows is that women are way more left and men are way more right.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think that's how it should be because women that pretend that are right, they're pretending. No woman is really is right.
No,
You know,
yeah,
they're
but
just putting
I
on
watched a
a.
video about it, Joseph. They said back in the day, women used to be more right wing and men used to be more
No,
left wing.
because they had husbands. Oh, men used to be more left wing? Really?
Not left. This thing now, Joseph, we have like toxic left wing and toxic right wing. But they said men more before were slightly left, I guess. And women in
Are you
general
talking more
were
like in a
slightly
social
more right.
aspect, like socially, they were more socially left wing?
Could be that. Could be that. Could be that. But they're saying it's been a change, and like both are going to the extreme. So men used to be like center left. Let's say center left, chosen. Now they're far right. Women used to be center right. Now they're far left. It's
Yeah, there used
extreme
to be.
ideologies.
Yeah, like nowadays, the average dude like, is like he's a Trump. He's got the Trump. He's a Trump toting, or a gun toting Trump fan. Whereas if you
Yeah,
went back into like maybe 2010, 2008, he was just another hodgepodge, liberal, like a Mark Maron. If you're familiar, that's like a stand-up, just like that kind of archetype. The white
yeah,
dude that's very liberal, that loves Obama and shit, like
yeah.
that was the meta back then. The shift is there. It's because a greater percentage of young adults going to college are females. That's true. Females make up the largest percentage in academia, and academia is just liberal brainwashing. I mean, yeah, that's nothing. That's all facts in that statement. I don't know why the fuck I went to college.
Yeah, no, and Tosin, it's not just that. It's he's saying going. It's also graduating, like percentage wise, women graduate at way higher rates than men do. Um,
Because the
and
thing
this
is,
doesn't make
men
any
men
sense.
naturally are just. It's funny though, because I was actually talking with one of my friends, sh- and she's and she was asking me like, oh, like who do you think are smarter, men or women? And you know, like my first idea was men, but
Yeah,
like looking at it in my academic career, I always found out like, especially like when they would do like the honor rolls, like it was mostly like 60% women, 40% men. I always used to notice that, like, you know, like women are just more agreeable in the academic sphere. Like they're better at, you know, listening or whatever, or just, following instructions. Whereas with men, we're more autonomous. We actually
exactly.
exhibit more
Individual.
creativity.
That's what.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
more individual. Exactly. It's a
creative.
different
The
thing.
creative mind.
Yeah. So, when she asked me that, like, who's smarter, I did give her that nuanced answer, but yeah, like, I think women are just more suited to academia than men in general. But then, if you go to the top of academia, I mean, it's gonna be dominated by men most of the time. Like, let's not lie. Just like,
Yeah.
on average, um, like for example, I would say the average. This is actually gonna sound crazy, but the average liberal is actually smarter than the average right wing dude. The average right wing dude is fucking dumb. No education, nothing. Just no
Everyone's
nuance.
dumb, Tosin. Left,
Yeah, everyone's
right.
dumb. But I
Honestly, it
think
don't
like
matter.
the average left wing person is smarter than the average right wing person. Whereas the smartest right wing person is probably smarter than the smartest left wing, if that makes sense.
Okay. So you say right wing more dumber than the left, but the right's like the smartest ones are smarter than the ones on the left.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, the thing with me, Tosin, I don't believe in the left-right spectrum because it was a
Me
made-up
neither.
thing during the 1800s. Like left and right
Yeah.
has never existed, and
At
it
the end of
makes
the
you
yeah,
become like an extreme ideology. I think most people, Tosin, like you have a right wing or like right ideologies, Tosin, but you also have left ideologies. There's no human person on earth, Tosin, that only has right values or left values. Every single human, Tosin, has a mixture of both. Maybe more on the right, maybe more on the left, maybe more in the center. So I've never
yeah.
understood the right left thing. How people can believe in it doesn't make any sense.
No, I mean you're right. I mean it's just Democrats and Republicans. They're two wings of the same bird, or like it's they're both funded by Izzy Nation. Izzy
Yeah.
Nation is Isra HE hockey stick. Double hockey stick. So yeah, like I don't really abide by that, but yeah, I get what you're saying with that for sure.
Yeah.
Yo, I wiped my ass with my degree years ago. It's funny. But yeah, yo, they're damn near sports teams at this point. That's so true, man. Like people tying their identity to a fucking political party. It's cringe. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's very
Nah,
cringe.
it's peak submissiveness. It's peak just obedience and submissiveness. Like Tosin, you can follow a leader. You can follow a leader. If I now wake up, Tosin, go to America and say my beliefs, you can say I'm behind PSGINT. I want him to become the president. But you can't be that behind a political party, Tosin. It doesn't make sense. Or
Yeah, you can.
a side, whether it be right on the left.
But that's the argument for democracy, right? Oh, democracy is this. They think democracy is this two-party system. You know, But but if you're honest, you know who controls the government. You know who controls, at least even if you're in the U.S., you know who controls Congress.
Yeah.
You know APAC controls Congress. Like, and they're not representing the interests of people. They're just representing the interests of people who are donating to them, the donors, the lobbyists.
Yeah.
That's all
Who gives them the
politics
money? Who gives
is.
them power? Who keeps them in power? Who keeps giving them money?
Yeah, politics is just WWE, bro. That's all.
Yeah,
It's
it's all
just
fake.
it's
Yeah,
a whole
it's just
psyop. Anything that's there to just influence your emotions, your perceptions, your attitudes, your behaviors, like of a specific target. That's a psyop. And when it does it very, very well, I mean, it's done its job. That's the psychological operation has done its job, man. People think like voting is it's like a good thing, bro. Like that's some sheep shit, bro. Like when you vote for someone, when you vote for a candidate, that candidate then is using, you know, in your name, that candidate can go bomb a country
yeah.
in your name because you supported that. You voted for that shit. But yeah, man, I think we've covered everything. I'm about to head out.
Yep. By the way,
Yeah.
question to you, because you're rolling this PFP. Are you
Oh shit.
still for Lucas thing now that he's gotten suspended for 3 games, Sosa?
Ah shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
I mean, I think it's hilarious as well, especially now that we've seen Lucas after that Tosin and he's performed good. Just like he could have played a lot of, he could have started this game, Tosin Champions League game.
yeah.
It is what it is. It is what it is. So, Tosin, pleasure as always. But before you
It was,
leave,
man.
we need that fat ass prediction. What are you saying? Everyone spam
I
in the
love how you, I
comment.
love
What's your
how you, I
prediction as
love how
well?
you, I love how you preface that with fat ass because we got it. We need a fat score line.
We
We
do.
definitely need a
We've scored the
five.
most goals in the UCL so far this season with 19. Bayern, despite scoring goals today, have 18. So we gotta
I'm
create
gonna
that big gap.
go, bro. If Madrid could score four, how many did Barca score? Or Madrid scored three. How many did Barca score against them?
I
Or
think
have
they
they
scored
even played
three
them?
as well. No, they played them recently. I remember. I think they scored 3 or 4, 3 or 4, 4 nil.
Okay,
The
so we'll
thing is
get
though,
we'll
Tosin,
we'll
because
get
I watch
five. We'll
Barca
get five.
Frankfurt, Tosin, because I watch Barca Frankfurt. Frankfurt usually play open, penetrate me ball. But today they play Park the Bus. Why? Because with their last chance to stay in the competition. Atletico Bilbao,
Uh
same situation. They only have 4 points. If they lose this game, they're mathematically out of the competition.
yeah, so they'll play
So
very
we
aggressively. We'll have a
could
lot of
could,
space.
could potentially see that.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're missing, Nuno Mendes, Hakim. We're missing that pace. So maybe they try to play football against us, but I could see them playing terrorist football to stay in the tournament.
Yeah, no, Valverde is definitely capable of that. But yeah, man, I'll catch you. I'll catch you tomorrow for the watch along.
Yes, sir.
Peace,
Yes,
peace,
sir. All right. Take care, Tosin.
peace.
Peace, peace. All right, then, people. Prediction for Madrid game. I had a 2-1 when I made my prediction video, but that was before Madrid played Celta Vigo. That was before Militao got injured. That was before I saw that stinker. So I guess a draw to stay on the line. But I still feel a Madrid victory. Sometimes Madrid, when everything is going against them, that's when they get these kinds of fugazi performances. And yes, it have been good this season, but I still don't rate them like massively. So we'll see. Tayo, my G. I think for tomorrow, just the usual stuff. I'm thinking about videos to come out before the game. I'm probably just gonna cut out the stream. World Cup prediction video, Tayo, that obviously needs to come out. Apart from that, there isn't that much. Obviously, we're coming now towards the end of this mid-season. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. I'm not gonna take a break, but I'm gonna upload a little bit less during the period between from game to game, from 20th until the 4th. But yeah, I will, Joseph. Just so you know, Joseph, and other people watching, sometimes I don't schedule streams until maybe another time or something, because I had a glitch on Streamlabs. So let's say I schedule PSG play today versus Bilbao and tomorrow play Madrid City. I scheduled both of them. I turn on the PSG one and it accidentally turns on the City one. So ever since then, I haven't done, like, I could have scheduled, I have the thumbnail ready and everything. But I will schedule it after this stream. It's like I take one stream at a time. That's also why I scheduled the post match during the live watch along instead of before it, just so you know. Yeah. UCL games always 2 hours before, 1.5 hours. Obviously now the games are becoming, I guess, a little bit more dead. But now we'll do 2 hours. If the worst happens and I don't have time or something happens, 1.5. But yeah, 2 hours is the minimum. And then for bigger games, we like to have a pre-party. But yeah, top. Josefino. All right then. That's been it from boy PSGINT. Hopefully, guys have enjoyed this live pre-match podcast. Hopefully, Paris Saint-Germain perform great and get the 3 points. And to the 49 people watching at the moment, thank you so much, guys, for the constant support and for you guys enjoying the content. It feels really grateful having 49 people watching me 4 a.m. in the night, in the morning, or wherever you're living. So, yeah, very happy that you guys are enjoying the content. And yeah, let's just keep going. Big season coming up, and for a lot of period of this podcast, we talked non PSG stuff, but you guys still stayed and enjoyed the content. So yeah, appreciative for that, and hopefully you got to learn something new in this podcast. We'll do, Julie, Alvarin, Joseph. All right then, people. That's been from boy PSGINT. Hopefully, guys have enjoyed this pre-match podcast, and as usual, ale. Say it with me.